3, 2, 1. Bitch, I'm Tiana Taylor. My abs got abs. Hello, everybody. I'm Tiana Taylor. This is Sardonicast. And that was a quote from Your Movie Sucks.
Nice.
Brilliant. Awesome. Well, I'm Alex from IHE, and you guys might not be able to hear this through Discord, but it'll definitely be picked up on my mic, okay?
Okay, we heard a bit.
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard a bit of that. Nice.
Cool. Yeah. Shout out to Bound having a jaw hop in it and it
True.
not being a Western.
I was thinking
Not
of
being a
you
Western,
when I
and-
saw that.
It's my main instrument.
Do you actually have that, or was that electronic?
No, it's real. It's my main instrument.
Oh my god, that's great.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Jealous. I want one. Hi, I'm Jake from Man Carrying Thing, and this is Disclosure Day, which is a line from the film Disclosure Day.
That's true.
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing okay. I got vaxxed
Nice.
twice.
Uh-oh.
Scary.
Making it political, are we?
That's political now. Speaking of
political.
Jake
Wait,
and I.
before you...
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I need you guys for Scary Movie 6, right? There's a new Scary Movie on the scene.
Yeah.
I need to know, because I didn't see this. I was not going to pay money to see this.
Why
bullshit,
don't you
but I
do
need
the
to know.
job of the podcast? You're so lazy.
Because I thought I'm too sensitive, okay? Because you know what? I need to know, was every line crossed?
No. In fact,
What?
You know, they crossed imaginary lines that didn't exist. You know, it was a more tame version of what the president of the United States posts every day. And ironically enough, he seemed to be free from being targeted. They vaguely referenced the existence of the Epstein files without, you know,
Oh, visual
connecting it to
gag,
any, just, the book says Epstein files, but didn't implicate Trump in any way, obviously.
Oh, so it was risque. Very risque.
Yeah, no, they crossed every line except, you know, the actual power in the country. They didn't criticize that.
There were a lot of just references to things that exist in the culture now that just don't really have anything to do with like even though they're like, oh, we're crossing boundaries and like crossing lines, like all of the jokes were very like they weren't even like edgy or like they were just like badly done, you know? And
Yeah.
just like here's a trans character. Isn't that funny? You know, like
They seem like 10 years late to all of the humor in the movie. Like, I'm looking at the poster and there's like a student, I guess, holding a "I'm woke, so I am broke"
Oh yeah,
sign. Like, is that a gag in the movie? Like, is that
I mean,
as
that's
far as
not
it goes?
that's not as a literal gag in the movie. I don't know if someone holds that sign in the movie. I don't think so. But there is a visual gag where a character pulls up to a church and it's about to become a Sinners parody. And so it's the old
Right.
church from the beginning of Sinners, but he pulls up in an electric vehicle and there's a charge station outside the church. And it looks like a Tesla charger, but instead of the Tesla branding, it says woke watts.
Mm.
And that's the joke. And someone in the theater
Well,
found
because
it.
electric cars are woke.
Yeah. Especially
Right.
Teslas. Especially Elon.
well, it just doesn't make sense.
Yep, Elon's known for being woke. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And like someone in the theater found it funny enough to like actually say out loud, like, woke watts.
Really? No, I'm actually kind of more curious about both of your theater reactions to the movie. Did it get a lot of laughs? Because it's making, obviously, it's like, I'm pretty sure last time I checked, close to like 200 million on this like 30 million budget as a surprise to nobody.
Yeah, that's the only reason I saw it in a theater, because you know, it's one of the movies where you look at the trailer and if you don't like the trailer, you're not going to like the movie. If you love the trailer, you're going to love the movie. It's exactly what the trailer is, just more of that. So I wasn't really looking forward to it. And I had this morbid curiosity about like, okay, if I see this in a theater in Vancouver, will there be people there that just like love it?
Yeah.
You know, like what's it going to be like? Theater was like somewhere between like 20 and 30% full.
Mhm.
So like not empty, but like decent amount of people. And most of the people there seemed to be really enjoying it. Like there was a few consistent people laughing throughout the entire movie. When they showed weed, I heard one guy go, "Yeah." Like yeah, it was like wow. and when the person vocalized their love and support for woke watts, I had this thought in my mind like, is it really just the word woke, like, and that's like great for you? Because if so, then you've got to just be loving reality for the past like 10 years. Like
Yeah.
This is love
you
reality.
got to be loving every day. like you see that word and
Speaking
you laugh like, holy shit, that's like a antidepressant drug that should be, like that would be like a class C narcotic.
That's actually a great way to talk about this movie, Adam. Just like, this is for people who think reality right now is mildly amusing.
Yeah.
It's like woke, right? Yeah, like it's just, I'm actually surprised you got such a good reaction out of your theater. I mean, there were like 2 people in my theater, including myself, and I think I was the only one who laughed. And I can tell you at what point I laughed, and that was when they did their weapons parody with all of the kids accidentally get high from like candy, and they're running around like the kids in Weapons during the opening, title sequence. And I laughed because they obviously couldn't afford the rights to the George Harrison song, so it was just like a sound alike to Beware of Darkness, and I thought that was very funny. It's just references. It's just references to I mean, you got Get Out, you got Sinners. What else? You got Weapons.
One Battle After Another was an odd one.
One battle, so it's not just horror movies.
John Wick.
Yeah, that was the opening. Well, yeah, it's not just horror movies, but to be fair, the first film wasn't just horror movies. Like they had Matrix parodies and shit. It's just like, okay, you're just doing pop culture references loosely themed around horror movies in general. But I don't know, like at least the first film felt like it had more of like a narrative through line, whereas in this film, like I shit you not, there's a scene where they do like a Michael movie parody, Michael Jackson movie.
Okay. Yeah.
And my theory is that this was added very late in the production because Michael being a more recent movie and that being a hit, they're like, oh, we gotta have Michael parody to help promote the film. And the way that they do this scene is like a character in a hospital has the TV on, and then all of a sudden the scene just like, focuses on the TV for a second, and then all of a sudden you're watching the TV as if like you're in the scene basically as the viewer. Like I'm overcomplicating explaining this, but they essentially just do a cutaway gag as if it were Family Guy. Like it had no relation to the rest of the film or even the scene. It had no relation to anything. It was like, okay, 2-minute break, we're doing a Michael parody, and then we're coming back to the scene. It's like, what? Okay, like you're not even trying to tie it in to the story.
Yeah, and it was just Kenan Thompson being silly. Like there wasn't really. He was just like bad at dancing.
Yeah, no, but they just had to put in a Michael parody. These things have always been pop culture references. The first 2 scary movies felt like they were, A, edgy enough, B, wacky and weird and different enough, right? Like it was always crude humor. But like there's something that worked about the first 2 films. I mean, especially the first one. I think the first one's way better than the second one on a rewatch, but there's a real lack of creativity and effort, and also just awareness of art and culture to be able to like to effectively parody those things. You would have to have an understanding of them,
Right.
and especially now that this one is delving into like politics, right? Not to say that like you couldn't interpret politics from any of the other films. Like, you know, Weed is political. It's always been, you know, it's always been in those films. But this is like an explicitly like, ooh, woke is the bane of existence. Like within the first 10 minutes of the film, there's a character basically saying, like literally verbatim, it's 2026, race isn't an issue. And then the other character goes, but haven't you seen black people Twitter? Which, like, the implication of that joke is like you only can see racism if you're terminally online, and in the real world it doesn't exist. And for this joke to like be something during this administration, during ICE, right? Is like really fucking like just what reality are you living in? You know?
Well, that, and also the movie wants to do this thing that you see a lot of, I think, like older boomer comedians try to do, which is they kind of want to be canceled. And they're kind of like, hey, cancel me. What are you going to do? You know? And it's just, it has this feeling of like faux edginess, you know? And that's what the movie does. And it even tries to throw in some jokes like on the other side, you know what I mean? Where it's like, it'll have a cutaway to Fox News, but it says fake news. And it's like, what is...
But Trump called it Fox News fake news at one point. So that's still pro-Trump.
It just honestly, like there's just so much incoherence. Like there's a like police brutality. There's a police brutality scene that's just like there's just no. The problem with like if you're doing satire, you got to have kind of like a perspective to come from. If you're just kind of like, hey, like all this stuff is wacky and relevant, and we want you to be offended, but we don't actually want to like, you know, say anything, like then like great, that's what you get.
I think they were saying things though. I don't agree with them not saying anything. I think that they were giving the illusion or like trying to signal towards the idea of like, see, we can make fun of Republicans too or whatever, but they didn't really.
No,
they didn't really at all.
It's really unsuccessful.
They just referenced the idea of doing that. Maybe they like signaled towards it like at 2 times in the movie, but most of the movie it's like they do seem to have like a perspective that they're trying to propagate for sure. Just one that doesn't really exist in reality is the problem.
The perspective kind of fits into the narrative that's going for, which like it has this dynamic between the old cast and the new cast that they're very self-conscious about. Like, oh, we got the old timers here and we got the new people, and this is the type of movie where we pass the torch on to the new cast. And can we get into spoilers?
Sure.
Okay.
You can spoil
Is that
this?
okay? Can I spoil it for you, Alex?
Please.
At the end of the film, they literally just decide to kill, like Anna Faris just decides to kill her own children because they're like, hey, we're the OGs. We own this scary movie franchise. Like, we don't actually want to pass it on to the young generation. And weirdly enough, that's just narratively very fitting for what the movie is in general, which is like, hey, we like doing things our old way, and we're just going to kind of like we don't give a fuck about you young whippersnappers, you know? We're just going to be how we want to be and make, like, I don't know. It just felt so boomer. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, it sounds very boomer.
I mean, there's not like no merit to that, like in terms of, you know, wanting to do like edgy comedy or whatever, right? The scenes that felt the most like the original films were basically just copy and paste scenes from the original films. Like the sex scene, right? There's like a 1-to-1 comparison with a scene from the first movie. The fucking
really?
Oh. Yeah. Well, there was a sex. Was it the first movie or the second movie? I don't know. There's been very similar scenes in the other movies.
So they'll remember burying it. They were doing the nostalgia play for scary
kind
movie.
of.
I guess it's been enough time. Like, Christ, when did the first one come out? Early 2000s? Like, there's new blood now. There's
a scene where like Ghostface and Shorty are like smoking weed, and then it's like Ghostface's mask changes to like the high looking mask, and it's like, okay, that was 1-to-1 from the first movie, except in the first movie it ended with the Budweiser "What's Up" parody, and in this one they're just playing Fortnite or whatever, and it's like, okay, that's just, you're doing the same but worse. Like the joke is that they're playing Fortnite. Like,
that's cool though.
Yeah, but was Kai Cenat in the first movie? Huh?
No.
They got Kai
I don't think
Cenat.
he
They got
was.
Kai
And it's
Cenat.
kind of it's funny you mention him because like these kind of movies they feel like such a relic of kind of that pre-internet era where they kind of have more of a place, you know, where so much humor on like YouTube is like movie parodies and
Hmm.
jokes like that. So it just seems like just out of
No,
touch and
exactly.
irrelevant to even do this at all.
Well, it feels like this movie's.
Yeah.
It feels like you're scrolling TikTok for a lot of it because so much of it is just like not even narratively connected. It's just like, okay, here's a parody of The Substance. Here's a parody of Sinners. Um, it does feel like you're just kind of scrolling.
But how does it compare then to those like Friedberg and Seltzer? Like that was like the bottom of the barrel. You know, that was like inspired by early scary movie stuff, and it went into those, and those were like actually completely unbearable. Whereas the old funny joke in the original scary movies, I seem to remember.
Oh yeah. No, this is nearly identical to those, but they figured out a
Right.
way to do that exact same thing with the exact same amount of effort, but have 20% of the population vigorously defend it. That's why people grift. Right? Like it's why people do it is because you don't have to have any talent or effort or thought or consistency or actual beliefs to get people to support it. There's a hard percentage of people that will just support it no matter what it is. If you just signal in one direction and pretend like that's it. It's such an easy band-aid, right? Like it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic.
I mean, I do feel like a lot of the movie is trying to be just like throwing jokes at the wall and see what sticks. And I had a weird feeling because like I'm watching this movie and I'm not laughing. I'm not finding it particularly funny, but I'm also not like annoyed with certain bad movies. I'm just like I want to get out of this theater. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, this is what these movies used to feel like. And I got some pushback on my review of it because me and Nadia, we were talking about it, and I said, like, these movies have always been bad. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's just
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like what they are like. And I got some people who are like, no, 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 the first two scary movies are actually good. And so maybe I need to rewatch them. But I don't know. I don't know. I just got the impression of like going in, like, I'm not expecting it like a really quality comedic experience. It just kind of
Sure.
felt like a relic. Exactly. I don't know.
No, I know what you mean, and you're not wrong in saying that. But I will say that, like on a rewatch, the first movie definitely stands out compared to all the sequels for me. And I mean,
Mhm.
some people that would extend to like the second and third, but I would say, yeah, I would say the first movie is like the best at being like the full piece of what it's trying to be, and
Mhm.
like in terms of jokes and gags and everything. It just seems like more effort was put into it. Like I still love the actors, I love Anna Faris, love Regina Hall, love Marlon Wayans still even. Um but yeah, there's a very strong aura of just like old and tired and pathetic with this movie that is not necessarily from the actors, but just like the entire project.
Mhm.
And the caliber of the joke. Right. So here's a good example. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I should rewatch the first movie to find out if this exact same thing happened. But this felt very particular to this film, where instead of just saying a joke, they would often explain the joke further, but not in a like Mad TV, like, oh, I can't believe it's still going kind of way, but in a way where it's like, oh, for the stupid people who didn't get what the joke was. Like, and all the jokes are is pop culture references, right?
Mhm.
Like, opening scene, it's so clear that it's one battle after another. And, she, she's, she's saying like pretty, uncanny lines. She says pussy poppin' even. And it's Tiana Taylor. And
Right.
then they go even further to make sure that people like really understand. She says like "Viva la revolution" in a way that just like doesn't even make sense for the scene. And then later she literally says, "Bitch, I'm Tiana Taylor." Like in case you don't get that that's her. It's like okay, right? There's a line where one of the characters is like, "Oh, a killer stabbed her," and then the other one's like who? Ghostface? And then the joke from that moment is what from Wu Tang? Because Wu Tang Ghostface Killer, right? But they don't just let that be the joke. They have to explain it further. And the character then says, "Oh, why would Ghostface Killa, aka the guy from Wu-Tang, aka," and says like all of his different names. Why would he do this? And it's like, okay, you had a joke. You're ruining the joke by just making it more and more obvious. And this happens like 20 times in the film. And it was just so irritating to me where like it has no respect for its audience members' intelligence in any way whatsoever. And, you know, it's a movie where the jokes are poop, poop, fart, whatever. Like, who cares? But they don't have to make it like lowest common denominator, right? Like it can still be crude without being like, without signaling that they expect you to be the dumbest people on the fucking planet by watching it. One other weird thing about this movie is like the reason why it felt to me like they had beliefs is because there was a constant sense of like bitterness towards like ideas and groups of people that was just on display in this film. So one of the lines was like, they do this whole meta thing in the movie where they talk about like the Wayans brothers' like filmography and, you know, directing and et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And at one point they say, oh, like a Judd Apatow movie where white people only watch it to feel smart. And it's like, okay,
feel smart.
The Wayans that wrote this clearly have some weird bitterness towards the success of Judd Apatow films, and they watch
Who watches
them.
Judd Apatow to feel smart?
Exactly. That's like that's not reality, right? But that's something that whoever wrote that line has told themselves to feel better about an insecurity in their own lives about why Judd Apatow films were more successful, right?
Yeah, I watched Tarkovsky and Chantal Ackerman and Judd Apatow, you know.
Yeah, 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's like a thinking white person's movie.
What the fuck?
And
that's really funny.
There's a scene where, like in the train scene, so there's one trans character, there's one non-binary character, right? So there's more than one non-gender conforming character. The non-binary character is presented female, and like you wouldn't know unless they said it, right? But the character, someone stabs them, and someone on the bus or the train says, "Oh, she got stabbed, help!" And they're like, "It's they them. Stop saying she." And it's
that
like,
was
okay,
big in the trailers, yeah,
that was in the trailers. And
Right,
what
clever.
happens from that point on is everyone in the train just like gets so irritated at them from existing that they prefer different pronouns. And obviously the scenario is like, it's a ridiculous scenario to even care about that because someone got stabbed, right? But everybody in the train takes turns stabbing this character. Now, on its own, that would be like a little weird, a little sus. But this is a one-to-one recreation of the scene in the first film where Brenda is in the theater and she's being an annoying nuisance, yelling and like taking phone calls and like talking over the movie. Ghostface stabs her in the theater, and then everyone's like, yeah, she deserves it, and then starts taking turns stabbing her, right? That's a scene where Brenda is like becoming, she's a character that is performing actions that everybody in the audience is supposed to relate to, being like, yeah, we all hate her too, and we're glad to see this character die. And they're recreating that in this film with literally just a character that's different, right? Literally just a character that like is like, can you use other pronouns or whatever? It's like, yeah, that's a little obnoxious, but like, is it really, is it really something to be recreating that same sense of feeling on a one-to-one with? Like the trans character in the film, like his only sin was just being different, like looking different, like got like a pretty brutal, weird death that made me feel like, okay, did a trans person hurt you? Like, whoever wrote that scene, did they hurt you? Like, what? It's just so weird.
Yeah, I mean, I was just offended that it wasn't funny. You know, it was just like really poorly done.
Yeah, where are the jokes?
Yeah,
Like I'm still waiting to hear about a single joke. Like a reference on its own isn't a joke. You know, it's just like, oh, the thing I recognize is like that Big Bang Theory meme. It's like, yeah, it's just a reference. And it doesn't have to be like this. That's what kind of bugs me about it, you know? Like, we used to get like good parody movies, you know, the Mel Brooks stuff.
Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
Great parody movie.
Like, it is possible.
You just have to put in effort.
They just know, I guess, they don't have to try. Because I guess the name is big enough.
I thought The Naked Gun was pretty good.
I still haven't seen the new one.
Yeah, that was a recent, like, good one, actually. Yeah, true.
And that was the Lonely Island guys, or one of them, you know, taking over the helm.
Yeah.
There, and it was just, it felt very fresh. And
You have to put in effort, know how to make a movie, right? Like,
that's the big one.
From a standpoint of like craftsmanship, right? Like Black Dynamite is a very technically well-made film, like on all accounts, right? Like that's a very, very well-made film. But also, you have to have some understanding of culture, right? And you can't just be in this weird fucking insulated bubble where you think racism doesn't exist because you're a fucking millionaire. Like, no shit. People suck up to you all the time, I bet. People want to be friends with you just to sell a screenplay, right? Like, dude, you don't have like an understanding of what life is like. And so your art is reflecting like a facade. Your art is reflecting your imagination. Meanwhile, you say like, oh yeah, racism only exists on Twitter. Like, what you want to bet? Like their ideologies are just, they exist because of the fucking algorithm, right? Like this is exactly the movie that like fucking Elon Musk would make.
Yeah.
Like it's just brainwashing.
He'd post it on Twitter and yeah. God, that's cringe, dude.
Woke what's yo.
The problem is like there would be such an interesting and fun parody of modern horror trends, you know, actually do that, like do like an A24, you know,
that's what I was hoping for.
Horror movie. That'd be so fun. And the thing is, the first Scary Movie was responding to Scream and 90s horror, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you can't just like do it, like you have to reinvent the whole thing from scratch and try to make something that actually speaks to what horror is like today, which is booming and huge. And it's like, there's so much
they would have to understand it.
Yeah, it'd be so fun. But no, we just have to do, hey, remember this? Remember this?
They don't understand it because they don't love and appreciate it. This is something that Mark Kermode brought up in his review, is that like the creators of Scary Movie aren't people that love horror movies, right? Like that's one of the problems, is the best parodies come from people who actually do love and appreciate the genre enough to want to replicate it. Even if it's a criticism, it can still be a love letter, right? And the first one almost kind of touched on that, but like didn't really. And every sequel just was a failure.
Sorry, did you say Kermode? Are you Kermode pilled like I am? You like Mark Kermode?
Oh, he's my favorite YouTuber.
Really?
No, but I mean it's funny to call him a YouTuber, though.
Okay,
I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great.
I love seeing him when he's upset, which is the relationship that a lot of people have with me.
He's got such a good vocabulary. He's fantastic.
Does the other guy watch movies with him, or does he just like tell him about movies? I always watch the clips.
No, he's the spread. He's the mayo.
He's the mayo.
Kermode's the meat.
He watches them sometimes, not every single time, but
okay. I like their rapport. It's very sweet and good natured.
He's there to be befuddled.
Yeah.
And ask questions.
I enjoy that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would agree, like the most offensive shit in this movie was just like the lack of trying. Because you don't there's so many easy fixes for this shit. You just have to be a person that like understands anything. Like understands comedy. Oh, here's another example, like the fucking John Wick thing. Like they could have just done the scene in that style, and the style and situation would have been the joke of like, oh, this is a John Wick parody. Like the Matrix parody in the first film. They replicated the style, and you as an audience member could go, ha, they're parodying the Matrix because it's in the pop culture. Everybody recognizes it. When you do that music, you do the fucking 360 bullet time or whatever, right? Same exact same fucking thing with John Wick. But they didn't. They had to say before the scene started, oh, I'm about to go John Wick on them. I would have said ballerina, but that movie didn't make any money. Tons of jokes in the movie quote unquote jokes about like the financial success of other movies for some reason. It's like nobody watched that. Anyway, and then in the middle of the scene,
True.
the fucking ghost face is like, you're John Wick. Who do you think you are, John Wick? So they say the name of the film that they're parodying twice, one before the scene, one during the scene. I want to bet that like maybe the pre-scene mention of the title was like an afterthought, like a reshoot. Like, oh no, we got to like make it clear before the scene starts. Like, it's just made for the dumbest people. Like, that's the most offensive shit. I love edgy humor. I love everything that PFFR made. You know, like I love fucking Wonder Shows and Xavier Renegade Angel, Shivering Truth. You know, like I love things that actually push boundaries and are funny. First and foremost, are funny, right? Drawn Together, very offensive show. It's funny, right? South Park can be very offensive. Like that's the most popular example. But there's way more offensive shows that exist. But like, it's just it doesn't serve a purpose existing is the problem. It's so lazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I find you offensive, but
Same.
in a good way. In a good way. And I think it's funny. You mentioned South Park. That I had no awareness of South Park until this podcast. So I thank you guys for that.
As in you were aware of it though, but just not.
I was aware of it, but I didn't know like what it was.
You
like.
know it existed.
Okay.
Now
Right.
I know there's a guy called Kenny, I think, who dies a lot, and
Spanny.
yeah. So there's good. We need to talk about more good comedies on here. I think that's something we need to do. I feel like people underrate great comedies.
Sure. Okay.
There you go. That's my opinion and wish. Do you have any other thoughts?
Have you seen Black Dynamite, Jake?
I haven't seen Black Dynamite. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to watch.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of shocked that Scary Movie 6 is out of touch. Like, what? My mind's kind of blown.
I know. Sorry to disappoint you. I know you were really eager to watch this.
It has no grasp on culture. So as a pop culture parody, what do you do if you don't even know what culture is at this point? Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're literally just like rolling around on the ground.
We call them roly polies, and they add to society. You know, they're just rolling around.
The ending was very anticlimactic. I'm giving this a high 1 out of 10.
Oh,
A high
Yeah,
one.
no, it was close to a 2.
Why the high specifically? Why the high? Because it's a weed joke.
Could have been worse.
High one.
It's for the woke wats.
Yeah, but by what you're like describing, it makes it sound like they structured every scene to just repeat itself again and again for like the greened out audience who like can't pay attention because they're so like stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm giving this a 3 out of 10 because I'm slightly less woke than Adam. So I was able to enjoy it a little more. But yeah.
Cool.
Well, the libs got owned again. Nice one.
Great film. Yeah.
Now time for Spielberg.
Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready for... I'm scared. Honestly, I don't know if I have the heart for this.
Aliens are real.
This has been a week. This has been a week for me after watching this.
You're scared. Okay. I was not expecting the way I feel about this movie to kind of coalesce the way it has, because I think you, Jake, had basically the inverse kind of expectations that I did for this.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you were kind of like anticipating this. You were like, this is Spielberg going back to aliens. Like, this is huge. This is
Close Encounters, E.T.'s one of my. I mean, yeah. I mean, God, yeah. I was excited, and I love the Fablemans. I love West Side Story, so I'm like, let's do this.
And in concept, I'm not against that. Like, that's exciting on paper, but what was putting me off was like these trailers I thought were really bad.
I know.
I thought the
Same.
advertising for this film was terrible. So then, like, when the film began, and I was like, oh, this is like a pulpy Spielberg movie. Hell yeah. And I kind of love my experience with it now. It has issues. God, it has many issues, mostly around this script.
It's a terrible script.
Yep, but I would say like some of those, it feels kind of out of time in more ways than one. And
Very.
like some of his older kind of action schlocky movies, it's not really the script that really is the good part. It's the direction, it's the music, it's the action sequences and the way that is put together that kind of thrills you and wins you over. And I feel like it does a pretty good job of that. I feel like I don't know, it's kind of taken away with this movie, especially with like the pace of it. It was so like quick, and I was kind of scared by that runtime, but I personally didn't feel it, even though it is like 2 hours, 25 minutes. Um, a lot of my issues with the movie are kind of how it wraps up, which I won't talk about yet. We can get into that in like the spoiler section. But this film is like pleading to his audience. It is Spielberg schmaltz to a T. It is earnest to a T. And something about that just spoke to me in this. And I remember when I was in Vancouver for the Sardonicast live stream, Adam and I were having a discussion about like this tech future we're going into, and I brought up this concept to you of like, man, I wish through tech or something, magic, like in this movie, if there was some way you could kind of stare into someone else's soul, into them as a person, then a lot of this shit would be harder to like fight over. And there is something earnest, and it's naive to a degree and optimistic. And it's optimistic in the face of every piece of evidence kind of guiding you to pessimism. But I came to this conclusion a few years ago where I have to live as an optimist, even though everything is kind of telling me to be a pessimist. And that's kind of this movie to a T, and it's using this kind of alien framing, which a lot of people are upset about, that it isn't more of like a science fiction movie, whereas I was fine with it kind of being this...
Feels like fantasy.
It's like it's more of a fantasy kind of whistleblower road trip thriller, which I was like fine with, because again, my expectations weren't like high, and I was just fine to let it wash over me, and I just thought it was energetic and fun enough to watch, and I was intrigued by what it was putting down, and these like concepts that it was playing with were cool to me. And yeah, I enjoyed this way more than I thought I was going to.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to be the most positive actually out of the three of us in the discussion.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. Shall I say my thoughts, or
do it?
Adam, would you like to? Okay, so like you, Alex, I was super mixed on this. There are things that I think are just fantastic. I mean, it's obviously Spielberg directing action, directing a chase. This whole movie is kind of one battle after another, in a sense, with a lot of chasing bad guys and cars and all that stuff. There's lots of like weird magical MacGuffins that are just kind of like fun, and they get to do kind of like silly little hijinks, and Colin Firth, kind of twirling his mustache and being an evil villain. And like, there was just so much that feels so classic Spielberg that I just cannot help but enjoy. And I was hooked and gripped. And although there are issues with the screenplay as you're watching it, like you said, I felt this earnestness, this like, oh my God, we're building to something that's going to be extraordinary. Like, again, Close Encounters is one of my favorite movies, and that movie delivers on that ending. This movie is an interesting parallel to that, in the sense of like Close Encounters coming out in the 70s with all of Nixon and Watergate and paranoia and those paranoid thrillers. And this movie is also trying to be like a paranoid thriller, but in the vein of Edward Snowden and whistleblowers and modern stuff. So like the aesthetics are different, the atmosphere is different. And whereas in Close Encounters, there's kind of, in my opinion, a sort of transcended, extremely mind-blowing ending that's just gorgeous to look at, and you go, how did they do that? How did they pull it off? Like, it inspires awe, and that's what Spielberg does great, the special effects all through his career, that when he gets to those places, it can inspire awe. It's wonderful. And I was waiting for that to happen, and then the ending happened, and it was just like, oh, okay. It's like Spielberg saying, I want you guys to be inspired, but you got to do more of the work on your end. Now
your turn.
It's a weird plea, like you're saying, to the audience to be like, hey, let's all be more empathetic and be hopeful. And some people, like Nadia, really connected with the ending and was like, hey, this isn't how reality is, but how it should be. And to me, I just felt like, man, I wish they had someone who was under 40 to look at this script and just kind of like who has been online, and who has an understanding of how culture is now, like it really, the ending
Yeah,
really
he's also
whiffed.
fucking detached from culture.
Yeah. I mean, it just really is extremely flawed. And that being said, I do want to watch it again because, like, with different expectations, I want to kind of dive into, okay, what is, because he's always, especially late Spielberg, he's working through his traumas in weird ways. Like the Fablemans kind of like laid bare, like, oh my God, through your whole career, you've just been talking about your mommy and daddy issues and your parents' divorce. And it's just like, it's so interesting that this is his first movie after kind of like processing those things with the help of Tony Kushner, who's the award-winning playwright who's been working on movies with him since I think Munich, and he did Lincoln, he did West Side Story and The Fablemans, ironically some of his best movies of the 21st century. But in this movie, he worked with David Koepp, who is super hit and miss.
He writes everything.
But yeah, I mean, he did the original Jurassic Park, but he also did the latest Jurassic World. He's done lots of bad stuff and lots of good stuff too. So, and this movie, very importantly, has a story credit by Steven Spielberg, which he doesn't often do. So it really does kind of feel like David Koepp was brought in to kind of channel the spirit of what Spielberg wanted. So for those who are like, David Koepp is just garbage, I think you gotta kind of replace your blame. If you didn't like the script, I think that's probably more on Mr. Spielberg's shoulders. But Adam, what did you think?
It was so shit. It was shit the entire time. We're both crazy.
Okay.
We're both crazy. It was like it was ghost directed by J.J. Abrams. If his name was on the fucking credits, nobody would like it. Everybody's got fucking everybody's biased, but me.
I've seen that comparison and M. Night as well, saying like if M. Night directed this, everyone would hate it. But
yeah,
I don't know.
No, true. Actually, M. Night could have directed the exact same movie, and people would have hated it.
No. He could not have directed the type of blocking and cinematography or like this is that's on a different level. Like whatever you think, you have to admire like the craft, especially in certain action scenes. It's unreal how brilliantly it's blocked and shot. Like
parts of it, kind of. I just like I have this criticism with a few different things. You've heard me say this before, where like I just wish there was more motivation at points because there's I'll agree. There's scenes where the camera is moving around and I go, oh, that's really interesting how the camera's moving around. But it just like, it kind of just feels like it's done as like an expectation and not because there's any reason for it outside of like, well, action scene now sort of thing. Like, I don't know. The rest of the framing and blocking felt like not great. Like outside of the action scenes, like, I don't know what there was to appreciate about the framing and blocking outside of those scenes personally. Honestly, like as soon as the movie started, it felt like a fake movie. It felt like a movie within a movie, and I was waiting for like the reveal of like, oh, they're watching a TV show or some shit, but it never happened.
Okay, but you hate Spielberg in general, right? You don't like Spielberg in general, right? This is like
I don't like modern day Spielberg.
What Spielberg do you like?
Well, Jurassic Park's good. Schindler's List is probably my favorite.
Have you seen Jaws?
Yeah, a long time ago when I was a kid. Yeah, there's stuff to love about Jaws. See, here's the thing. I haven't even seen Jaws since I was like little. I remember distinct shots and visuals that were great. Like the reflection of him reading from like his glasses, like there's some great stuff. But yeah, just like a lot of his films are narrative messes, right? You could make the same statements about like the blocking and camera work in Ready Player One, right? Like you could make the same argument, but it's kind of just like a shit movie overall and doesn't like it.
I think this is way better than Ready Player One. I think a good comparison point is because the obvious one is Close Encounters, but I think War of the Worlds is the big one for me. It's like the yin to the yang type situation where the inverse of each other.
I was hoping for more of that.
Yeah, but that film is extremely kind of cynical and dark in this like 9/11 reaction, where this is like the inverse, where it's trying to be hopeful and go into this whole empathy thing.
Sure.
But similarly, that film kind of like doesn't know how to end, and it's like paced really weirdly, and there's all these issues with it. But when it comes down to it, there's so much great shit now I can't ignore. Really
True.
exciting, scary sequences, and it's like beautifully put together. And I feel similarly about this. Like I can go on about the issues with this film almost endlessly, but like I almost don't care at the end of it because it was just so exciting to kind of watch, and I wish more like blockbusters were made this way, honestly. And it's an original like script, an original idea. I'd prefer a swing and a miss like that than just like then like a Ready Player One, which is just like reference. It might as well be scary movie bullshit. I hate that fucking film. I think that's his worst film by far.
No, I was not excited for any part of this. I just like I wasn't able to get into the narrative like at all. Like I was listening and paying attention and waiting for them to reveal more, but it just felt like a movie just filled with like blue balling, and that's it. And then by the end, it just really anticlimactic, not special. I just the visual style of this movie was just so fucking aggravating to me. The fake light sources, the weird like lens flare shit that also was computer generated. Like
the fake light source. Wait. You think the lens flares were computer generated?
I think a lot of them were, yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's just Kaminsky going gamer mode. He's just going nuts with it.
No, because you can tell. So they're they look identical.
It was shot on film.
Sure, they look identical to like when the characters are outside of the news station, and each one of them has their phone light on. Right, those are like the identical looking like lens flares and artifacts throughout the film. And the reason why they look fake to me is not because of the look of them removed from the rest of the scene. It's because the light sources often in this film don't affect anything, right? So someone will be lit from the back from a light source that isn't really lighting them from the back. Yeah. Is the problem, right?
That's not a problem. That's great. That's classic Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't think that matters. I think rule of cool can win out sometimes with stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's kind of what it's going for. There's kind of like a campiness, a broadness, a blockbuster nature to it.
I mean, if it just felt like a blockbuster to me, then that would be great.
Yeah, maybe if Schindler's List was shot like that, I'd be like, what? But like the J.J. Abrams comparison is true to an extent, but like J.J. Abrams was just doing Spielberg. Like that's
sure,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like he was just like copying him. So
like a worse version of Spielberg is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't feel that. I just felt like most of the issues with this movie come down to the script and like certain decisions where it's like what I heard. It's like 42 iterations on the script. It was something like that from Cap. And it's like maybe that should have been
a sign,
ironed out a little bit more because there are a lot of characters in the film. I think that's one of the issues with it. Some just get abandoned at certain points and don't really have a conclusion to them. And I just feel like a key thing that would have fixed that is if the lead two characters could have gotten together a bit sooner and just had more scenes, because there's loads of good stuff when they finally do get together. It just takes a while to get there and just feels like, oh, there's this nun character that is trying to explore the kind of religious side of it, which is very on the nose. And then there's the boyfriend character to the Emily, keep saying her name wrong, Blunt. Yeah. Which just feel like
Dude weed.
Those two characters don't really get much of an arc or much to do particularly. Whereas this film, to me, the glue, we haven't mentioned her yet really, is Emily Blunt. I thought she was awesome in this. I kind of forgot how good she could be.
She was great. Yeah.
She is kind of what made it work for me.
She's speaking a bunch of languages and all. I mean, she's doing a lot of like technically really, really impressive stuff. That's just like, damn. And also emotionally, like.
And goes through a lot as a character.
Yeah.
And like her journey there is like the main arc of the film. Josh O'Connor's more of like he's more of an exposition-y kind of thing, where he's like, I've solved this, and I know this, and I'm the one with the information, and Emily Blunt's like thrown into the deep end in a really kind of fun way, and you're like with her kind of figuring out like, and just watching her kind of just be taken over by this force. And that was a fun character dynamic for me, and was like an exciting thing to watch develop.
And hers was latent because she hadn't seen the bird yet.
the CGI animals were really tough to get
Yeah,
through.
there's no excuse for that. I
Absolutely
don't
not.
understand why this is such an issue.
They all
and
look like shit.
yeah, it's not even just a critique with this movie. I feel like a lot of the time CGI animals just look bad in
Yep.
films, and
Yes.
obviously you want to prioritize like the. It's a critique we've brought up over many episodes with kind of older films where it wasn't even a thought. Like, let's just abuse animals for this film. Like, obviously, I don't want that to happen, but at the same time, it's like
There's a middle
you can
ground.
get like a fox. You can like get a real fox. They're not like rare, and and in some of these shots where they're on screen, it's not like one of these complicated blocked out shots. Like it's just like standing there and then walks off screen. So you couldn't. Come on, like this is and from the same director who revolutionized like visual effects with like a Jurassic Park. It's just kind of crazy this many years later for that to be an issue. Like I don't get that one, but you know.
Yeah. If anybody's curious about the weird light source thing I was talking about earlier that wants to fact check this, look at the shot where they show up for the house in the warehouse, and it's like a shot of her, and the light is coming from the back. Like that was a really egregious but it's happening throughout the film. It happened in the fucking Fablemans too. It pissed me off. It happened at the end of the Fablemans.
It's intentional. I don't know why it would piss you off when you know that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, wasn't that like a kind of a set within a set? Like that house when they get there, isn't the idea that it's basically like a soundstage in the same
No, it's that the light isn't interacting with the people. Like it's not interacting with reality.
But that's
right. It's
like,
the problem isn't that it's not the sun. The problem is that it's not in the universe.
But if they're like, hey, we want it to be naturalistic lighting, we want it to feel all motivated, then if it's not, then that would be an issue. But I really don't think that they've ever tried to make that like if it draws you out of the movie, you prefer that type of lighting. I totally understand, but
Sure.
you know, for the case of this, like it just seems like it's you can't really. You know, like maybe it doesn't work necessarily for this movie in particular, but I feel like it does, especially considering it's so, over the top and blockbustery. You know, it's never not really trying to be anything grounded. You know what I mean?
I appreciate the pushback, but I'm not confident we're talking about the same thing. I'll have to do like a fucking video or something.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Yeah, we'll see when it's on digital. Yeah, no, I hate the visual style of this movie. It's atrocious. It's atrocious, and all of the actors are giving worse performances than usual. That was my experience with it. I know neither of you seem to agree with that. That's fine. Yeah, no, worse than usual.
It's funny because I feel like I was very critical of this movie in the review I did, and now it's like me and Alex are both like, no, it's not that bad.
It was atrocious. It's like the worst Spielberg that I can think of, other than like maybe the BFG, which I would have to rewatch to know if it's worse.
Have you seen Always? Because that's not great.
No, I didn't.
BFG is definitely worse. Yeah,
big fucking gaybo.
I liked it. BFG.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't anything special. I'm a Warhorse defender, so you know that's the type of person you're dealing with. Warhorse, I think, is very underrated.
I defend one of those words.
War.
Yeah. I'm pro-war.
It's the lighting thing is kind of reminding me of. Have you seen that quote with it was something to do with Lord of the Rings, and it was to do with like a critique of where the lighting was coming from in a scene,
right? And the night scenes,
yeah, in the night scene, and the response to the criticism was like it's coming from the same place the music is coming from, to say where it's like there is kind of a rule of cool, just like a visual like tone to it that's just not really what I feel like the issue with this movie is, to be honest. Like,
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, because like this is something that's very unique to like Spielberg. Really, like this is something that's unique to his. I wouldn't classify what I've seen in this film as blockbuster lighting that I could also see in Lord of the Rings or anything else. I don't think that I have ever. Maybe I have a couple times. I don't think that I've often, made criticisms of like lighting not being naturalistic, because that's not really my criticism, right? I'm saying that overall it's a mess. There's a scene where she gets out of the car, like literally she drops her phone out of the car, and she, gets out, make sure that it gets run over or whatever, and then she's walking back towards the camera. And during this shot, at the tail end of the shot, if you look at her body, it becomes blown out like a fucking ghost because she walked too close to, like, I guess the diffuser on set, and just nobody knew she would walk that close. Like, they did all the testing for the lighting, right? They got her in the scene and it looked otherwise good, but then she walked too close and she, like, literally for like a second, watch it again, you'll see it. It's insane. It's insane. I don't know why this is in the film. Like, there's just shit about it that just looks so horrendous.
I get what you're saying, like in terms of like personal preference, how you think that doesn't look good, and maybe in general, like it is weird and unusual, and I think Kaminsky and Spielberg were definitely pushing it in this movie in terms of the lighting. But they've been like, you watch Catch Me If You Can, it's not that different from the type of lighting the type of approach they're doing, and like, yeah, if you don't like how she's blown out in that scene, I don't think it's fair though to argue that they just are doing it like they don't know what they're doing. I do think what they're doing is very intentional, even if you think it looks bad.
I disagree.
Especially, I guess, with the context of, like, I feel like a lot of the implication to a lot of these scenes is that there is some force, some magical force, in this case, aliens, that are like, kind of like guiding these characters, and they're doing things that they don't even really understand. I thought that kind of added to the, like, it's a lot of lens flare. Like, I'll give you that, there is a lot, but
yeah,
that just didn't bug me about the style.
I'll have to point it out in a video. I don't know if we're on the same page about what we're talking about.
Bring it on.
It's not a threat. I'm just I care.
No,
I
that's
care
it. Those
about
are fighting words.
communicating. I care about being understood, and I can sense that the comment section will likely not understand as well. So we'll see.
No, I would love to see, like, I love your videos. I'd love to see you like open up and like dissect the visual style and cinematography of this film. That would be really cool.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the script because the script is horrendous.
Parts of it, yeah, and I think a lot of it. I've seen takes online where it's like, oh, the first 2 hours of this movie suck, but the ending is great. And I've seen takes that are like, oh, the first 2 hours are pretty good, but the ending sucks, and I fall into the latter camp.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it was more. It was in the back of my mind for most of the fun kind of chase stuff, where I was like, this is a big idea you're playing with, and I don't know if this script really has the elegance to find a place to end this in a satisfying way. When it ends, it kind of feels like the end of season 1, and it's like the next big part of the story is, I think what they were going for was to try and leave it open-ended in a way to like, we're creating discussion here and we're leaving it up to the audience and trusting in them to a certain degree to come up with some kind of conclusion. But it also, that just kind of came across to me like, yeah, you don't really know how to handle this.
Oh yeah, and they don't trust the audience at any other point in the script, right? They're spelling things out exposition-wise like the toddlers.
No, it's like classic, like, cool concept sci-fi action stuff, like with this weird device Colin Firth is always using, and this like weird shady government agency using it to like not only spy on people but take people over and control them. That action scene with the car and all that is awesome.
It's how things are explained, though. It's not the like the what, it's the how, right? Like it's the is there not a better way to explain that the device in his hand, when applying pressure, activates it, then put that down, don't squeeze it, that it activates it, even though you already knew this, I'm saying it for the audience. Like, is there no better way to communicate that information? Like, it's just, I feel crazy. This movie sucks so bad.
In that instance, perhaps, I thought it would have been cool if maybe there was a character who had like not like a literal robot arm comic style, but something like that, an injury on their arm to indicate that it's gone wrong or something like that before. But I thought the Colin Firth character was cool, like as a villainous force. I liked his performance. I liked that character. I kind of dug that, especially with all the kind of like concept action that came of it.
No, I agree with you in terms of Firth's performance and character. I liked how he's like, his body's falling apart, like the more he uses the magic. Like, this movie feels way more like a fantasy like story because there's a lot of like magic rules and systems, and there's like a magic.
It's like a
wand.
Neil Breen film.
It's
Magic
Sure.
rocks.
Yeah, this is how Neil Breen probably like imagines it in his head. Like, when
But they use the devices or whatever to create like interesting, fun shenanigan like set pieces. Like Colin Firth possessing a woman's body, and then she's like, "Oh, is she gonna kill Josh O'Connor just when he's trying to get?" Not to get into spoilers. This is earlier in the film, but it's like these types of like fun things where you can have like cool set pieces and the camera's going crazy and spinning around, and like it's visually fun. It feels like cinema. It feels like old school Spielberg just like showing off, and that's what I liked about it. Even though the end of the movie basically feels like, oh yeah, the guy who made this is personal friends with Barack Obama. Like you just remember, like, oh yeah, they are actual, like, they text each other. Like that's you got to remember that's the perspective of who's making this.
Obama.
Yeah.
I just like, I don't know, that I wish that I was rewarded, like, as a person that wanted to be thinking about like the ins and outs of how things work, of it being reminded that these tools exist in the universe, and then having characters not use them is just like so weird. Like, where's the device? Colin Firth says as he shows up to arrest mastermind guy Josh O'Connor. One character's missing. The character that you literally brain hijacked to find out where they are. Where the fuck do you think the device is? Why aren't you hijacking her mind right now? They just forgot to do it. Just shows him the next morning getting onto a plane. What are you talking about? Do you not want the device? Isn't that why you're doing this whole thing? Hijack her brain again. You were just in her brain.
There are definitely issues with the antagonists being stupid. Like like when you go back through and go like, oh, why didn't they do this or this or this? Like there are things that just clearly don't make sense or were just not baked well into this movie, especially in terms of like what the protagonist's plans are in terms of preparing for disclosure day. Like you have to assume that there are reasons that what I don't like about the script is that you have to assume that there are reasons outside of what is being told to us and that makes sense in the script to justify it, basically from, well, we have to get into spoilers to talk about this stuff, but
Sure.
I don't
Do
know.
it.
Do you guys want to get into spoilers
Yes.
now?
Yeah. Let's just do it. It'll be a lot easier.
All right.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's a big alien, right, who gets wheeled in at the end, and you have to imagine like a lot of what Coleman Domingo is doing in the movie is because the alien told them to do it specifically. And I just imagined in my head the reason why they had to go to like a local network broadcaster to reveal all this information was because the alien learned about human culture in the 90s or something, because all of this stuff
about YouTube.
all of the stuff in terms of revealing the information only would make sense if it was like the early 2000s or something. Like
Yeah.
this movie is just so disconnected from 2026 as much as it wants to be contemporary. They should have just said it in like the 90s or something.
They should have. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. It's too rushed when it actually gets to that point where it's supposed to be the payoff of the movie. And yeah, it is the old school like news station, and they acknowledge the AI issue because like obviously that's everyone's first thought is if they saw this on their phone or on social media, it'd be like, well, this is obviously fake. I see like the alien videos on my timeline like every day, and it's like all the replies of what?
Yeah.
Like what? You see this shit constantly.
There's like barely any, there's a glancing reference to AI where like the news people are like, wait, how do we know it isn't AI? And someone says, I believe the phrase they use is, no, we checked. These are all ground pixels. What is that? What does that mean? This is just.
Oh, you know.
That was just that was talking too quick. So you just key jangle, just move forward, so you're not thinking about it. Yeah,
Yeah, don't worry. It's everyone knows it's real. Just like trust that the whole world is going to think it's real.
Maybe they needed to delve more into the like radical empathy thing, and maybe have like they're already playing with the like magic rules anyway that aren't that important. Like it's not like a rival or something, where it's like taking itself really seriously like that, and it's all about like the rules and whatever. It's more about the excitement and the movement of it here.
Yeah.
Maybe they needed to have like the magic aliens, like, and it would be corny, like talk to like everyone in the world at once or something, like, do something magical instead of it being like videos, maybe.
Or just like have a big
know what I'm
ship
saying?
come down and fly in and just look cool or something big, you know? Like Close
I
Encounters,
don't
you
even think
know?
I don't think like having the social media angle would even really work either. You know,
No.
because like no one believes shit they see on that anyway as well. So the news thing's kind of out of it. The social media angle doesn't work. You need something like magical, right? Or like, or it would start getting kind of dark because like, yeah, people would believe if you could like go to an alien zoo and like tap on the glass and there's like an alien you could like look at, you know, and it was
Mhm.
like fucking Jurassic Park for aliens. But that would be too dark for what this film is going for, and it can't be about radical empathy and also delve into kind of the darkness and the complicated nature of what would actually happen to humanity. It just leaves it open. It's like you decide. Like if you're optimistic, then it was optimistic. If you're a pessimist, then you could imagine it being utter chaos. And that was one of the things I did kind of like about the movie is this kind of World War III situation, like bubbling in the background. And
It's very COVID looking, like in terms of like the stores getting
yeah,
raided and
yeah,
all that
exactly.
stuff. It feels very COVID-y. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would have been an interesting angle if, let's say, they did try to incorporate into the script the idea that people in this day and age would be harshly skeptical of anything they see, because that's not fixed by it being on news, on cable
Mhm.
news, right? Like
Exactly.
No.
whether it's YouTube or cable news, right? There's going to be some significant amount of people, like pretty significant, especially if it's on cable news. Actually, like probably more
Yeah.
so,
Nobody
that are
trusts cable news.
yeah that are not going to believe what they say, especially if every single fucking channel is broadcasting the same thing. Like,
Yeah, there'd just be conspiracy
you know,
theories.
like that would
Yeah,
set
exactly.
conspiracy theorists out. That would create conspiracy
Yeah.
theorists. That would be COVID too. We'd have like an entire new chunk of the population that are now in some weird rabbit hole on the internet, right? Like
Yeah.
that would facilitate that. But the film isn't aware of those things, right? The film doesn't want to delve into those things. That could have been interesting. Could have been interesting. It just, again, does not have a grasp on culture or reality. It exists to try and make an emotion that's similar to ones that we felt in the fucking 80s without without making a film that's set in that time and pretending to just do the same thing again. I don't know. It irritates the hell out of me.
How did you guys feel about the decision to have the aliens be like the classic Greys, the classic like Roswell, New Mexico aliens? And
Roswell.
I mean, to me, it's bold because it's like, okay, this is a cliche that we've seen in a million movies, and you're trying to depict it with this sense of wonder and awe. And it's just, there's something so discordant about the fact of the movie hinging on the performance of a news anchor, like an MSNBC news
Yeah.
anchor,
They switched
crying
to
and getting
her.
emotional over footage of what looks like the cheesiest fucking looking alien footage
Little
that
baby.
just looks so, it doesn't look good. You know, it just doesn't look good. And you
No.
can't get through the fact of like, this looks fake and phony. There's no fucking way that she's crying about this stuff. You know, it looks dumb.
Why did the old cameras in the archival footage have the same lens flare bullshit? That was
Because
weird.
because Kaminsky's he's just been around for that long, you know.
I
He's
love
been in the game.
I love how they had slates. They had slates being like Roswell, New Mexico on this date, and the news anchor was just able to read it. I love how we cut to the news anchor because in the script they didn't want the emotional resonance of Emily Blunt's character already basically having known everything. They wanted someone to explain it for the first time. So then we experienced the entire thing through her for some reason. Ugh. Everything feels so cynical. I don't agree with the authenticity. I think it's authentically trying to create something that he's done before in the 80s, but I don't think the project in of itself is authentic in terms of like expressing a real thing. I think it's cynically made. I think he's trying to go through the motions and recreate something that he once did, which I don't know if
I don't think it was cynically made at all. If anything,
Yeah.
it's way too sincere and earnest and trusting
Mhm.
of like it has the ending kind of justifies or has this sense of like the image is this pure thing that can move people still. And it's almost like this, him almost reflecting on his own career, if you want to look at it that way, of just like, what does the image do? Like, can an image like this move people? And I think in the year 2026, when we look at, we've seen the most horrific, insane images on TV and nothing changes, right? We see, like, that's the type of cynicism that we feel, because we live through that and we're, younger and we're up to date with how things are, that it's like this, I just can't move past that level of like, I can't buy into an image like this being shown on television, really moving people like this. I just can't get past it.
Yeah, the setting really hurts. It shouldn't have been contemporary because like
No,
you're in like a post-truth setting
100%.
with the truth of it being like the most important part of it. And it's like that's too complicated for a movie of this tone, for what it's going for, to pull off at the end. And I totally get why that would like take the wind out of its sails for most people, and it did feel unsatisfying, and it's trying its best, like the final line is like, listen, we just gotta listen to each other, everybody. We gotta love each other, and we're all humans together. It's like there's something I like about that, but it is corny, and it just doesn't really work as an endpoint. It was more the scenes of Emily Blunt communicating with people, and these little moments where she'd just like bring people to their knees, where it's like that was effective, like emotionally, to me. But it was just that wrapping up stuff, like with the memory sticks and the videos, and I was kind of surprised that they actually showed off the videos as early in the movie as they do.
I know.
To try and get the religious character on board. I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna see more of that. And
saw Richard Nixon.
yeah, and she's like crying and like, oh my god, they're being tortured, and yeah, it can't balance that quite right, for sure. I would never disagree with that.
Yeah, I just kept thinking this would be a much more interesting movie if Tony Kushner had a hand in the screenplay like he had with recent Spielberg movies,
It would be more fun if there was someone like Tom Cruise running around.
Oh man, what would I give for another Cruise Spielberg movie? Oh man, I don't know if that'll happen.
Legit, right? Like that's a part of what made War of the Worlds fun.
I think they had a big falling out because that press tour after War of the Worlds was when Cruise went on his Scientology, Matt Lauer stuff.
I forgot
Do you know
about
about Ritalin? Matt, listen. Do you know about Ritalin? So I don't think that they've worked together since. They haven't worked together since then.
So the agency Wardex,
Yeah.
Wikipedia, I don't know if Wikipedia is getting it wrong here because it's saying it's a secret arm of the U.S. government. I remember in the film they said it was a non-governmental agency. I don't know if both of those things can be true at once. I don't know. Comment section maybe. I don't know. What was their motivation? Why are they trying to stop people from knowing about aliens?
Because they thought it would be chaos.
Yeah.
If that information
Trying
got
to
out.
protect the world.
Because God exists.
No, that was more the like nun stuff. They were more just like it would be chaos and all of society would like crumble and people wouldn't know what to do themselves. It was, I guess it was like it was personifying kind of that idea of just governments like hoarding information and using it to control people, basically, and like being the ones to decide when perhaps people should decide. Like big institutions using the fear of societal collapse to like gather power and hide information.
One thing I did not like was Colin Firth basically deciding to just give up at the end. Like they basically won.
That was a funny visual. He literally sits down.
He just sits down. He's just like, fuck it. You worked really hard. You got the magic stick.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it.
Right.
And like his character, as much as I enjoyed him playing the villain, he needed a bit more to like justify him having a character change like that. Like we see that he has a wife, but that's kind of it. That's all we know about him. Yeah. Very flawed movie.
It sucks. It's horrendous. It's genuinely horrendous.
I liked it. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I kind of dug it. I'd watch this again.
I'm glad you both liked it. I'm gonna have to do something about this.
Oh no! What are you gonna do to Steven Spielberg?
I'm gonna have to correct the record.
Oh no, is Steven going to be the new John?
Well, I kind of feel like I'm seeing more people kind of on your side, Adam, to be honest, as far as like responses to it. Like I'm seeing way more
Yeah.
people saying like this is like the worst shit I've ever seen. Like I can't believe you had the gall to release this type stuff.
I feel
Where
like more general audiences are like that. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, right, like the kind of schlock.
I don't know. It could be an algorithm thing. It's got a 6.8 IMDb. I don't know what Letterboxd is like. 74 Metascore. I'm assuming the Rotten Tomatoes is higher. So if we're basing it on like people logging ratings, like it appears to be well enough received, but not like blown out of the water. Like I think above a 7 on IMDb would be like
It's not unanimous.
like really well received. Yeah, yeah. This seems like mixed enough.
It's divisive.
Seems
Yeah.
like the perfect opportunity for me to make a stupid thing about it. I think I should. I'll wait until digital.
You should do it.
That settles it.
All right.
I can do it.
You can, and you will.
I believe in myself.
I believe in you. I believe in all of us.
Even man, like with the Ernest stuff, like on IHGTV, I did like a jokey like ranking like panic attacks in movies, like that tier list. And there's one in this movie, and again, I kind of really liked it. Like the setting it was in, the performance was really good. I don't know. It just spoke to me.
That was a special moment. Yeah.
If I thought her performance was good, I might have liked it. I'm not sure.
The pianos and the sound design of
Oh
that.
yeah. No, the sound design was so weirdly extra.
But it's kind of an extra movie, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, there's a point. There's a point, right? Where there's a difference between like Wachowski extra sound design, where it's like, ooh, you're doing something really creative and interesting and unique here, versus Spielberg extra sound design, where the character rests her fucking head on the table and we hear a loud thud. And it's like, okay, you just use the sound design to trick us into making us believe something that we didn't actually see. That you're not willing to try and cheat on camera in any way that would involve like, I don't know, you could have used an extra. You would have to like do an extra step, right? Instead, you just kept that take and then added a Band-Aid with the loud sound design. It's bullshit.
Mm. That didn't bother me, but my toxic trait is that I think sound design doesn't matter and doesn't exist. I think all movies should just be shot with the
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, I think this movie was shot just with the sound from the camera, the little camera.
Oh, Dogma 95. Yes. That would be the best Spielberg. If he tried to strip it down to the basics and was like, what can I make without relying on all this bullshit? I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
He is the bullshit. That's what's good about it. He is the bullshit. That's his magic and that's his darkness, That's what the Fablemans is all about. It's this beautiful gift he has. That's also a curse. Come on.
About him being bullshit. It's a curse.
It's a curse and it's a gift. And he's got the darkness in him that comes out in weird ways, like
being obsessed with aliens.
Like being obsessed with aliens. He literally said that he refuses to go to therapy because he thinks that his movies, he works it out through his movies. And
that's valid.
No, I feel that very strongly in this movie. Yeah, I don't know.
There was a fun discussion.
Yeah.
I got angry. I'm sorry.
Anything on the score as like the last thing? Because like John Williams did this.
I like the score.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, John Williams is like 100. It's crazy.
Yeah. It didn't have anything like that's going to really like leave you humming it or anything like that, but it complements some stuff. It's not like a standout Williams score.
No.
The fact that it's John Williams and I can't remember a single fucking theme within it is not a good. It's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to watch the movie again to like remember.
I kind of wish the music was a bit more extra.
Sure.
Like the movie, yeah.
That's what you would want out of a John Williams.
I guess, yeah. I mean, he can do some subtle stuff too. He did like Schindler's List and
True. Depends what we mean by extra and subtle, but that's a conversation for another day.
Right.
Mm. I think Louise Ward should get Spielberg to cameo in the next castration movie.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll text both of them right now.
Please do. Let's get them collabing.
And Barack Obama.
Nice. Yeah, get Obama in there.
Yeah. Apparently, I watched a little clip that I guess Barack Obama showed up to the set on Disclosure Day and hung out.
Like, actually.
Gave some secrets. Gave some insight.
What I don't get is like Spielberg knows Obama, and did they talk about alien? Like Spielberg seems to believe that aliens are real and that they've been around.
That was his marketing campaign.
Yeah, like I love
like the alien community is like pissed off because they were like convinced that this was going to be the real life Disclosure Day. Like this was going to be the like.
That's what he was marketing it as. I was like, what are we doing here?
Aliens are real, and everything you've ever heard about aliens is just fact. Everything. I love that.
Hi, I'm Mila Jovovich, and this is real and not a movie.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's funny.
I know, right? What's the title?
I can't remember it. But didn't it end on like a website you go to? Like gosellreal.com or something?
I don't remember. I mean, probably. I think it was called The Fourth Kind.
That's it, yeah.
Was that it? Oh, how did I pull that?
This should have ended with go to aliensarereal.com for the ending of the movie. Yeah.
Oh man.
Go to fear.com.com.
Should have been like a Sound of Freedom thing. Like, hey,
yeah.
Buy some more tickets so that other people can know about the truth.
Go to ymsmerch.com to find out if aliens are real. Spoilers, they are.
Yeah, I don't even know if it counts as a normie masterpiece because I just see too much disagreement about it,
No, it's divisive, yeah.
No, I wouldn't call it that at all.
Yeah.
You know it when you see them, and this is not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that there aren't many a year that I would call that.
I don't think this is normie. It doesn't even feel very normie.
Yeah,
it just feels kind of like the normies are bouncing off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you, Adam.
Yes. This is too not normie for my taste.
It's too weird for you.
Too experimental.
We needed Tom Cruise in it for it to be more normie for you.
Sure. I mean, yeah, if you just made like something that was not horrendous, then yeah, it would have been better. If you just made like the standard Spielberg thing. There's something about contemporary Spielberg that just, it feels like a Frankenstein. It's like new Simpsons, I guess you wouldn't know, but if you like new Spielberg.
I would not.
Just the relation.
If we're talking about like BFG and Ready Player One was that for me.
Yeah.
Like the anger you have towards this movie is how I feel about that movie. Yeah, especially like it coming from him, the blockbuster guy, and making this like Fortnite bullshit. Like, look, we're just doing The Shining. We're doing Look, it's Jurassic Park again. It's the dinosaur. Remember that? I did that. The member berry shit.
Yeah. I'm making a movie about pop culture being just me. I made pop culture. He has been just fucking masturbatory for the past 20 years. Jesus. That's where the me believing it's cynical comes in. It's just everything has felt like he's just jerking himself off.
If he wants to do that, I will be sad. I will watch.
Him jerking off?
No, well, cinematically.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
It just sits more with me with like the early 2000s kind of stuff, like AI, where it's like a super flawed, like weird film, but there's something I love about it, and the same with War of the Worlds.
Same.
And this kind of felt like it was doing a lot of what Crystal Skull was trying to do, honestly, too, and doing it a bit better. People hate that fucking film, but
I love Crystal Skull.
It's kind of funny, but like, yeah, and just the fascination with aliens, like the amount of movies he's made about like aliens, I think is kind of like charming and funny at this point. He's still doing it like this late.
Do you guys like Close Encounters? Is that a movie you rate highly, or?
I haven't seen it yet.
I really like it, but it's not really my Spielberg of choice. Honestly, I think it's Indiana Jones for me. Like, I love that. I can put that on anytime.
They're perfect. Yeah, they're so
And then,
fun.
they are like perfect, but they're not like,
I like the second one.
it's not really about the scripts. It's just like the charisma of these characters and the action, kind of blocking and spectacle of it and the awe of it. The extended tension. Yeah, the music. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. You're making me hype. You're making me want to watch it right now.
Well, it's also like the most economical, I think, like filmmaking that he does, because it was like he was hired by George Lucas to be like, hey, I want you to make these movies for me, at a time when he had career issues with like, what was it, 1941 flopped or whatever.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and they're just unserious and silly.
Yeah, there's a balance you need to get. Okay, well, let's wrap up. I have to pee.
We should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll pee, and then
Yeah.
main movie recommendation. This is a long episode.
Yeah, this has been a long one.
All right.
All right, I'll be right back.
3 out of 10. Wait, ratings.
Oh,
Yeah.
6 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah, I'd be the highest, I guess. This would be a low 3.5 star or 7 for me. I'll see how it comes together on a rewatch, which I will do again.
Perfect.
Yeah, me too. Are we up disclosing our days?
Yeah.
Done disclosing.
All right, time for the film recommendation.
Yeah. So this was my, I guess, Pride Month rec. Bound, the Wachowski Sisters 1996 first feature, which I was intrigued by for multiple reasons. One, it was the only film of theirs I hadn't seen. Haven't seen the show since 8, but I was counting like features. Obviously, predating The Matrix and the film that kind of they bounced off of to go onto that huge phenomena. So it's always nice seeing that kind of early DNA and what was kind of bubbling there in the background. And it being like a lesbian neo-noir, like crime thriller, erotic thriller was also cool. Like, how did you get this made in 1996? Like, I was reading so much interesting stuff about the process of how this film came about, with the Wachowskis learning the harsh lesson of when they sold their first script they wrote and made this like corny, blanking on his name, the Rocky dude. I can't believe I'm blanking on him right now.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone, like, stupid movie that their script was like rewritten a bunch of times and they tried to get their names taken off of the project and it was like a mess, and they'd learned the harsh lesson of, maybe we got to direct the stuff if we want it to, if we want us to be proud of this and what we want to do in this industry and the stories we want to tell. So then Bound comes around and they get this Italian dude and fund it through a...
Do you know De Laurentiis?
Yeah, De Laurentiis. Instead of going through the kind of traditional Hollywood kind of system, the film was funded through this way where this Laurentiis guy would go around all of like Europe and all over the world selling distribution rights country by country using the script before anything was even shot. And then pairing that with like the 90s video home boom thing was like this perfect maelstrom of a way of making this kind of unsellable within the studio system concept this huge success, which then of course went on to The Matrix and so on and so forth. But this actual movie is what's about an Italian crime gang with this Violet character played by Jennifer Tilly, who's neighbors with the Gina Gershon character Corky. Kind of love at first sight sort of situation that develops into a heist kind of crime caper movie. And I was kind of in love with this. I thought that once this film got moving, I was like, this is awesome. And seeing all that DNA of The Matrix, like the score and some the kind of soundscape of it was like reminding me of that a little bit. And just seeing them figure out like, oh, like you guys love comic books and like storyboarding and that kind of like exaggerated style of presentation that I find to build like a really engaging, it's really great for like tension and for these kind of cool touches with the characters and the way it all like builds together. It's really exciting and scrappy for how kind of small its budget is. It looks way better than the $6 million budget that it was made on. That was, in part what convinced the Matrix stuff ball getting rolling. Great villain in there. Just it has a lot going for it. And in a nippy hour 49. This was really cool. Probably one of my favorite movies of theirs, actually. Like, it'd probably be in like a top 3. Not that there's that many after the Matrix that I really care about, but
exactly.
I really enjoyed this. And how did this strike you guys?
Adam?
Okay, I enjoyed it. No, yeah, like it's it's got a lot of cheese, but it feels like a familiar cheese. It's definitely in the same vein as the Matrix, and definitely not as polished or fully fleshed out or realized, I guess. But it is, it's like a cute, fun, and still like impressive and cool at many points film. Very simple. Wish that things were like maybe trimmed down a bit in some sections. Things got a little repetitive, but you're absolutely right. Once things start moving, once the ball is rolling, it is a very satisfying and silly little suspense, action, crime thing, whatever we want to call it. Joey Pants was fantastic.
He was awesome. Great villain.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really liked The Matrix. I mean, I respect it for what it is, but it's just never been something I really enjoyed.
Okay.
So this is without a doubt my favorite film from the Wachowskis. It scratches exactly the type of like crime story that I absolutely love. It is similar in a lot of ways to one of my favorite movies, Blood Simple. It's very Coen-y in that sense, and it follows like Blood Simple of the patterns of a James M. Cain type of noir, which is the the lovers trying to commit a crime and it just all goes horribly wrong. However, you know, uh, just seeing things unfold and go bad and the type of ricochet fallout that happens from what they're trying to do is fantastic. I was a little disappointed, and I understand why it wasn't necessarily this way, is that the characters are always like, they're screwing over the mob and like bad guys. So it's like they aren't really all that horrible in that sense. You know what I mean? Um, and that's something you see a lot in like a classic like Double Indemnity. I know I was reading that the Wachowskis were thinking of Billy Wilder in like classic noir, which would be like Double Indemnity type of movie. And I just love it's like a perfect little toy box of just like things unfolding and going bad and the little set pieces and the way the camera moves in these sets, which are beautiful. I love the monochromatic like set design of these apartments, and everything is just basically taking place in a few places, but it's so cinematic. It's like you're saying, Alex, it's very comic booky, storyboarded in a beautiful way. And, at the heart of it, yeah, you have this really interesting, cool relationship between Jennifer Tilly's character and Gina Gershon, and they give a great performance. It's very fun. It's very self-aware of what type of like crime story it's trying to be, and I just thought it was a blast. I thought this was such a fun movie, and yeah, Joey Pantoliano is so good in this. Just yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, the dynamics between the characters and the situation it sets up, it's I do have to admit, like, every character feels like a fucking idiot. Like, every plan is the worst plan. Like, it's very obviously the worst plan. Like, oh, even Joey Pants' plan. I'm like, I don't know if we should do spoilers or not, but like there's obvious solutions to each of these plans, and not even just the concept, but like what you decide to do when you're in the middle of the plan. Like, You want to talk on the landline again? What are you doing?
At least he kind of had the excuse of like being in a panic, kind of. Like he's kind
of. I don't know.
Whereas the main two don't really have that.
Everybody's an idiot, but the situations are fun enough that it's, I don't get so bothered by it. Like, I'm bothered, but it doesn't feel like there's nothing earned from it. Because if they weren't idiots, then things would go fine, I guess.
It's part of the genre too. It's like everything that can go bad will go bad, and that involves people just not really thinking through their choices and action.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and it maintains the tension extremely well with that. Once that gets moving, and it just was like, everything just gets worse, keeps compounding on itself, and it maintains that for a huge chunk of the movie. It's just so entertaining to watch, and the way it's put together, and all these fun like little comic booky shots of like following the cable and they're talking through the phone. And
I love that.
There's loads of cool like stylish touches to it. It's like dirty, it's grungy, scratchy. There's like they like love Sin City. There's a lot of like Frank Miller in there. And I got to go back to the jaw harp. Like that was,
yeah.
You don't see the jaw harp, but like I was so happy to see that in like a non-Western setting.
There's not a lot of lesbian romance type stories that feature a mask character. They're kind of underrepresented in the genre.
True, that was another cool thing.
Because like in real life, you see a lot of mask, more butchy, gay women.
And that's what when they were pitching it to studio execs, they wanted to change one of the main characters to a man. It was like, oh, this is an awesome script, but like, can you just change one of them to a man? Then we'll make it. But they held true on that, which is cool. And also, Gina Gershon's agent was like, you shouldn't do this movie. It's going to hurt your career because of the lesbian content in it. They're so like risk averse, and it's like, I'm so glad they stuck to it and found a way to get the movie made the way they wanted to make it. And I mean, the rest is history, kind of.
Yeah, true. No, it is pretty risky and groundbreaking in that sense, especially. I did not do a cursory Wikipedia look. Does anybody know if this was a box office success at the time? I could look it up.
No,
now.
not at the box office, because that's what started me looking into it. Was that it was like, made for $6 million, but didn't do well at the box office. But the caveat being, the video boom of the 90s, and this kind of thing was like exactly what was like popular in that kind of space. A little bit edgy, a little bit like it was big in like the LGBT community, obviously. And they made heaps of money on it, because I was confused by that too. Like how did they then get $60 million to like make The Matrix? Like
they were sneaky.
And they were clever about it.
You know that story, right? Like the
with the like the intro scene or whatever, and all that stuff. But it was more like how they even got that to begin with.
Wait, what happened? What did they do?
So I'll fact check this to make this sure that this is actually accurate. But the story about the funding for The Matrix is they were given some amount of money that would definitely not cover what they wanted to do for The Matrix because it's so ambitious. So what they did is they just took that money, spent it on the opening scene with Carrie Ann Moss, and presented that as proof of concept to get more funding. Basically, they just did one scene and were like, look how cool we could make it. Give us to make a real movie. Apparently, that's what happened.
It was that also paired with they paid a storyboard like comic artist to do the entire movie. So when they were explaining it to like executives, like it was all there, like every single shot, and it was so like gorgeous to look at. It was like basically reading a graphic novel, like as a proof of concept. So that helped too.
That's awesome. Oh, that's really cool. More deception is, I feel like filmmakers, you got to just deceive your financial backers. That I feel like that's always a good thing to do.
You kind of have to, right? Like there's funny clips of like David Fincher talking about that, like just how you have to lie whenever you get like a phone call from like the money guy and be like, yep, this is going exactly. Yep, we're going to do that. They'll pitch a shitty idea and just be like, yep, we'll do that. And then you just don't do it. And, like the politics of it are just exhausting,
Or always, you read about some of these great movies, and there's always the one producer that's trying to fuck it up or ruin it. And think
Yeah.
about like the Elephant Man, like Mel Brooks was the one who was like protecting David Lynch on that movie, just like, hey, all the notes you guys gave us, we're not going to listen to them, and fuck off for trying to suggest things, Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is amazing that this movie was made and that it is so good for, I mean, that Bill Poop cinematography. I
Ah,
mean, he's great. I mean, the lighting is wonderful. Yeah, again, like the set design and everything. It looks like it costs way more than it actually did.
let's see. I'm trying to fact check this. You continue. I'm so interested in this.
Loads of great like concepts and kind of like visual set pieces. Like I love the ironing the money and like washing it and like that being the backdrop for like a scene and little details like that. Or after the
Hmm.
shootout, which I love the execution of that shootout later in the movie, like the
Oh
slow
yeah.
mo and the accentuation of everything. And then the plane ticket and the framing of his eyes through the bullet holes. It's all just very like meticulously put together like that, despite that kind of smaller budget. And you mentioned like the recurring locations, like it doesn't feel um like distracting
It's
that
not
side of it to
stagey.
me.
It's not like you're on a set. Yeah.
Yeah, and like when it turns into like a kind of a chase with the elevator and running up and down the stairs and
Oh yeah.
I'm getting more tired and yeah, it's just so well executed.
Yeah, I mean, it's all of the little reversals. Like, and the script is really tight, and it's like really effective at just like, okay, now we have this problem to deal with. Now we have this problem. Now she has to work with the guy to kind of like get out of this other situation and these other gangsters. And it's like, yeah, the gangsters, they're all cliches and just kind of like it doesn't really
Oh yeah.
matter. They're just like they're the gangster characters. But what matters is this kind of like weird three-way dynamic between them, and it's so like upsetting when he well, I don't want to get into spoilers. I'll just leave that for later.
Why
But
not?
I don't know, you guys want to do spoilers?
I'm fine doing spoilers.
Yeah, let's do
We
spoilers.
like it.
I love the like narrative device of having the walls be established as super super thin.
Yeah.
That is like the whole movie kind of hinges on that
Yeah.
when Gina Gershon is hearing Jennifer Tilly having sex with men, in the other room. Like that informs so much. When eventually, he like I love that shot of that dramatic shot of when he finally realizes that she was talking on the phone, and he's like, hold up," and the redial button when the camera just
Yeah.
does that sweeps into and I love the sound effects too that you don't see. You just don't see that anymore. When a camera moves, it like has its own sound.
It's like
Like
wind like yeah,
yeah,
it's awesome.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We're moving through space. Um,
Creative.
and the redial, just hearing the phone through the wall, like all of that is just there's something so like elegant and simple about the plotting and storytelling here that just God, it just works so well. It's so movie. It's De Palma-y,
Mm.
It's just like the gun being under the towel. It's all these images that are so classic, like fun.
And
Like
on
you
the
can
thin
just
wall
tell.
stuff,
Yeah,
like with the torture scene as well that she hears through it and it's like making the toilet bowl water kind of move. A lot of like water imagery throughout the movie.
the
Like
paint. Yeah.
like early on with the extremely horny scene with the earring in the drain and the way that's shot. It's like so sexual. With that kind of sexual tension between them.
Oh
But
yeah.
like reincorporating that the clippers for the fingers being cut off like later on in the
Mhm.
movie and just loads of nice little touches like that.
The entire movie was like Jennifer Tilly doing a fuck me voice and the other character doing a fuck me face.
I think that's just her voice, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's
'Cause I
probably why
was
she
kind of
was
distracted
cast.
by that.
She was cast for that.
Yeah, exactly. Because like she's in fucking Family Guy
Yeah, yeah.
and like Monsters Inc. So I was like, I've heard this voice before. I swear.
She's Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, and she's got a good voice for that kind of thing. But
It's very distinct.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
In my fact checking journey, uh, I can't tell if there's a misinterpretation from. I can't tell if it's like a telephone game thing, But basically, what is true about the Matrix is that they were given $10 million and created the opening scene. What I can't find out is whether or not they deceived investors doing that, or if the
Right.
investors only gave them 10 million because they wanted proof of concept. So I don't know if there's like a little extra to the story that people are kind of making up because it sounds good.
Maybe it's one of those Hollywood legends type thing.
Yeah, no, people do that sort of thing. It would make the story more interesting by adding a little bit of fiction without knowing it. I also learned Danny Boyle directed a dance show retelling of the film.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Oh,
Love Danny.
Danny Boyle
free your
getting
mind.
up to his stuff.
I'll look at that later.
I did want to mention briefly, like, the notion that having a guy play the Gina Gershon character is funny because that's stupid to suggest that, but it's interesting because that would be the role of the guy in any of these, classic Double Indemnity, James and Cain type stories. Like, and usually what I love is the subversion of that, because the movie ends with them succeeding, like they won, they get away with it. And that's not what this type of story is like ever. Usually it's the guy is seduced by the femme fatale, the Jennifer Tilly character who's in a relationship. She convinces him to help her kill the husband for some amount of money, and things spiral and go out of control. And it's all this evil woman's fault for, being hot, and he pays for his crimes. He can't get away with it. There's doom and gloom and despair. And what's so fascinating and lovely about this movie is that it kind of subverts that, and the fact of like, no, they're screwing over these bad people, and they're doing something for themselves, and they have actual love for each other. So even though it is drawing on all these influences of the noir genre, the fact that it is this lesbian romance makes it something unique and special. So it's like that's what's so cool about this movie.
Yeah, it would lose a bit of its personality for sure.
Yeah, if it was just a 1-to-1. I mean, if there was not that love between them and that kind of sense of self-discovery that they have, especially Jennifer Tilly's character, then yeah, no, it would be a little bit more like, oh yeah, well, that's what you get for doing crimes.
And also just like, yeah, there's already been millions of that type of movie. Like it's kind of what makes it stand out,
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Lots of flirting, lots of exposition, but it pays off.
Did you like the script very much, or you feel like the exposition was kind of poorly done?
If they either needed to like trim down or simplify or add something else, but also I'm like, I'm probably the least likely to be like really into the girl on girl romance. I'm just like, I don't know if I love The Handmaiden, but like I think that there was a point where just the like flirty fucky voice and flirty fucky face, I was kind of like, move along. It was repetitive,
Yeah, I didn't really start loving it until the crime element, when the Caesar character was like thrown in the middle of it. That's what gave it the kind of tension and the drive for it to kind of get like, okay, this is cool now. Like,
I felt the length in the first half, but not in the second.
No, I really liked that stuff. I feel like that gave it a lot of character, especially like seeing Gina Gershon at the lesbian bar, and all that stuff. That like
that was
just
cool
like,
scene.
oh wow, they're showing.
It needed to be there.
Yeah, no, that scene worked.
And I bought into their romance, even though it is like Jennifer Tilly's voice and all that stuff. It is exaggerated, and I feel like you see it in Gina Gershon's face. That's just kind of like, the fuck what am I getting into? Like this, it feels like she's fallen out of another movie, and she's entered this like weird noir fantasy world, and I like seeing her like navigate that. So I really don't know. Those early scenes, they didn't bother me, even though once it gets into like the plot, once they're explaining the heist and how it's going to go while showing what happens in clips, like that's one of my favorite things movies does. I love heist scenes.
Yeah, same. Also, the sex scene between them was like really well shot. I thought that was like
Sure.
a good execution of that. It
Hmm.
didn't feel like exploitative. It felt like kind of sincere and genuine, and like they were characters and not just you know eye candy.
Yeah, yeah, no. It was very, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why I think it's held up so well and so beloved.
I like some of the like practical effects and like visual set pieces. So like some that jump out to mind. There's when the mob boss is like falling backwards and you get like the full shot
Yeah,
of
that
him
was
landing
cool.
on the floor. Most instance blah, tongue twister. Most instances of characters falling like that in films would be edited or cheated in a way where they can land on like a mattress or something, right? Whereas this shows the floor that he lands on.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, it's interesting to think about how that might have been done practically. I think potentially they could have had him like basically lying on like a
On a
braced
board or
board
something, yeah.
That's what I
because
assumed.
you don't
Yeah,
see his feet and then just like tilt it down with the camera. But still, even when you do something like that, there is a lot of detail and artistry when it comes to um, pulling it off convincingly and making it still feel as though there's a weight to the impact.
yeah.
You
There's
have
a
to
physical
time it really
performance
well.
going on
Yeah,
there.
yeah. No, that shot was incredible. Loved the getting shot and bleeding in a puddle of white paint. Like I just thought
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
visually that looked fantastic. Like a really great set piece.
great idea.
Um, I love watching a movie where I can very distinctly remember visuals like that. Um, if I think of the title of this film, I'm going to be thinking of those shots, and that's nice.
And for a first feature too, like incredibly confident and just like knows exactly what it wants to be. And it seems like they really
Yeah.
pulled it off to yeah, really cool stuff.
I mean, some of these shots and setups, like for especially small moments that are just like it takes so much fucking time to do these things and give it that style and that flair. Like they didn't have to get the shot of the cord of the telephone, you know. Like these are all
Yeah,
really extra and over the top that without that flavor it loses so much. Like yeah, this could have been shot like a normal movie, but the fact that they shoot it like this, and again it reminds me of like the Coen brothers doing this sort of thing where like just letting the camera move and be free and getting these shots from above, and from weird angles and all that stuff. It adds so much to the visual language, the visual storytelling, like
yeah. It will just emphasize an emotion really well. Like when the Caesar character opens the briefcase for the
oh
first
yeah,
time, and it's
yeah.
him realizing like, oh, I'm fucked. And it's like
Yeah.
this perspective shot, like locked to him, and it's like a lot of the movie isn't shot that way, so it's really kind of unnerving and off kilter.
It's like the Requiem for a Dream shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
No, I
yeah,
like I like
yeah.
those.
There's loads of cool stuff. There's like a fun Dutch angle in there at some point. Really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
it's
rec.
a cool movie. It's a great rec. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't have much to say about it because it does feel like it's such a display of style, and it's not like the deepest movie, but it's like
It's not complicated, yeah.
it's not complicated, but it's such just like perfectly, not, I wouldn't say perfectly, but it's so well executed, and just like a fun little, yeah, like, I mean, I keep talking about Blood Simple, but just like Blood Simple, it is kind of like this extremely good display of craft, and I get why they, however, whatever, by whatever means they were able to make The Matrix. I get why they did that, and how they could have done that based on watching this movie.
Based
Based,
on watching this movie.
yeah.
Yeah, good rec. Good Pride Month rec that straight men can enjoy also.
Let's
Hell
go.
yeah. It's accessible.
What do we give it?
I give it a high 6 for now. Maybe low 7, but I think high 6 is where I'm comfy at a high 6 at the moment.
Comfy 7 for me, I think. It definitely got better as it went along. I think now knowing where it goes and how good that kind of payoff, like I don't think I'd even feel the establishing stuff in the beginning as much because it's still so short. I like the violence in there. The villainous character is awesome once he gets involved and developed a bit. Keeps things tense and maintains the tension. I'm a sucker for this kind of movie.
I'm going 9 out of 10.
Let's go.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, just fantastic, and I think about the kind of irony and the comedy of like, these two trans women who were not, out or anything at the time. I don't know what the timelines were, but the fact of them making this movie, and it's like, oh wow, that's two straight guys made this. What? It's like,
Right,
no,
right.
not actually, as it turns
Tricked
out.
ya.
But it's just yeah, it's very funny and interesting that this was their first movie. And I think it's just fucking really, really, really good.
Nice. All right, it's question time.
Right, let's do some questions then from the Sardonicast community. Head over to the
Blech.
tongue twisters today. Head over to the suggestion thread over on the subreddit if you want to leave questions for future episodes. I want to start with this one from Senekdoki, who says, recently Boots Riley posted on Reddit to raise awareness for his movie I Love Boosters. One point he brought up was how he's been historically muted on social media and how Meta didn't allow reposts regarding this movie to be widely seen because of its subject matter. What are your thoughts on this situation and how it relates to your ongoing conversations about audience awareness, the demand for smaller movies, and the availability of choice? Do you want me to read the post?
Yeah.
It's not too long. So Boots Riley on his account posted on movie theater r/movie theater employees, I Love Boosters needs awareness. Discussion. Hey, I'm Boots Riley, writer-director of I Love Boosters. The NRG survey tells us that awareness of this movie's mere existence overall is low. Neon did spending on marketing, but a lot of what was internet and streaming ads, which are now a problem for me in particular, as I've been historically muted on social media platforms, and with this movie in particular, people have shown me cases where Meta has said that they weren't allowing reposts to be seen as widely because it was connected to, quote, organized criminal activity. I'm asking for your help at this late date. If you've seen this movie and like it, let patrons of your theater know. If people seem to be unsure of what to see and you like my movie, let them know about it. These facts may help. We have 92% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics and 75% on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience. We have a 3.8 on Letterboxd and a B cinema score given by the audience. So people like the movie when they see it. Most people who are fans of me or of Sorry to Bother You or Kiki Palmer or Lakeith Stanfield or Demi Moore don't know about this movie. If you're a cinephile and follow this stuff, you do, and it may seem like folks know, it's a problem. Many areas are having packed audiences, but in others, it's a struggle. I think this movie is one of the antidotes to the boring stuff that big studios push. Sure, Obsession and Backrooms are great, but since they're in the horror genre, big studios will look at this as being the exception that they've always set aside for horror and keep doing everything else the same. I think this film has things in it that no one else has ever seen before and will inspire a lot of filmmakers. It's hopeful and about the future we can create together. This film won't blow up at this point, but I can get Neon to hold back digital, and we can run this like a slow rollout over the summer and just tread through all the big releases while moving steadily. Thanks for your time, and while I never worked at a theater, I worked at Bott's Ice Cream across from Elmwood Theater, and I would hook up everybody that worked there with free ice cream every day.
Nice.
That's a plea there, kind of. And
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting how they brought up the horror stuff, because that's been coming up where it seems like, yeah, there are these big kind of original ideas, but they always seem to be in the horror space. So it kind of sucks that something like this, which isn't even released in the UK yet, it's not till October because of just like licensing, and that's when it's been blocked out to have the best chances according to distributors in the UK. Apparently, that's why.
Very weird.
Very weird. I don't get it because
Yeah, just release it at the same time.
You've already seen it.
We would have talked about it on the podcast if you were able to see it.
Yeah, exactly. There's something very out of touch, and it just comes up again and again with like the way this stuff is released. It's it's just missing out on so many eyes because like the conversations are like sporadic and not linked. But what else jumps out at you?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I really respect him being so involved in trying to get his film out there, and I do agree that it's something that if more people saw it, I think most people would enjoy it. The people in the theater, both screenings that I watched, enjoyed the film quite a lot. Like, it's very funny. The problem is also it's so out there that it's difficult to market. Something like
Yeah.
Sorry to Bother You, you could get people in with a trailer that appears to be familiar, and then once you watch the movie, go, oh, this is not familiar, but I like it, right? Whereas it's very difficult to get the average audience member in on something that they haven't seen before. Like that's the whole marketing strategy, even with horror movies. If you have like a weird, experimental one, you have to try and make a trailer if you want people to see it that pretends as though it's not weird and experimental. You have to put it in this weird box of familiarity, because the average person driving the ticket sales is not going to take time out of their day and see something unless there is that security of familiarity, right? Like, oh, I want to see this. They're thinking about something they've already seen that they want to see again. You have to like trick them into watching something that's outside of their comfort zone. And unfortunately, I Love Boosters is impossible to market in that way. So I'm not surprised that it's not a hit. Yeah, I I made like little image posts about it on Twitter and YouTube as well, and I've got a video that'll be coming out soon for it. But like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling bad I couldn't talk about it sooner. There's weird embargo rules for like SIF and stuff. But anyway,
Well, I was going to say, like, I do understand, Boots Riley trying to get the word out, to get people to watch it. And I think, like, the issue for me, I didn't get a chance to see it. It wasn't showing at the theater that I always go to, and I would have had to go out of the way to see it. And even now, it's gone. So I wanted to see it, but a big part of
you didn't even watch it?
No. And I would have gone out of my way to go watch it if I felt like it was something I needed to go watch. And I think that's part of what I'm noticing in the reaction, is that a lot of people who were looking forward to this movie and who saw it, even people who were, praising it, were kind of like, well, it's not really his best, work. And there were quite a few mixed reviews too from a lot of critics that I like. So I was kind of like, oh, maybe this is a bit of a miss. Maybe I don't need to, drive 45 minutes to go watch this.
True.
Maybe I just wait. And I think that is one of the things. Like, yeah, it's a mixture of it's a combination of things where I think you're saying, like, yeah, it's hard to market this type of movie, and also maybe Neon isn't pushing it super far. But I was very aware of the marketing. This is the type of movie that I would like to see. However, just the critical reception made me think, well, maybe I don't have to go out of my way. So when I see, Boots Riley, I do think that he posts a lot. I've been seeing him like more popping up in my, timelines and places, and kind of like, And I understand the desire to be like, hey, like, I'm being screwed over with this. But I do feel like this movie, and maybe this isn't the case, I do feel like it was promoted significantly and got a big pushback. But I just feel like people, audiences, and critics aren't really connecting with it as maybe they had hoped. So I do think that plays a factor into its box office performance,
I mean, yeah, I liked it, and I would recommend it. I would recommend other people check it out if you can. But yeah, I'm also not surprised. I think you would like it, Jake, for sure.
Okay.
Like it was a very fun theater experience. Like I didn't hesitate when another friend wanted to see it, and I had already seen it. I was just like, oh, I'll see that a second time.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's. I'm assuming you would like it more than your current expectations are, but yeah, I would also say, like, it's difficult to get the average person to go step outside their comfort zone is the biggest problem. I wish that I had a video out sooner about it, but hopefully my social media posts did something. I don't know.
Also, speaking of social media, if the meta thing is true, that's quite weird, right? Connected to organized criminal activity. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but like it's quite like over the top, isn't it? It's not like
it's also a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's fiction. Like, that seems weird. That like,
yeah,
it's, I guess, Meta standards. Who at Meta decides that?
I think also he's probably like one of the most prominent like directors that openly identifies as a communist.
There you go.
I think that probably scares people in the US, right? So
I didn't know about that communist stuff.
No, yeah, he literally said it in his fucking intro at SIF. He's like, I'm a communist. Like, oh,
nice.
interesting.
I'm gonna have to talk to J. Edgar Hoover about that.
Uh-oh.
It's concerning. Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, like so I've seen some interviews of Boots Riley talking about this film, and the main characters are people that are stealing from like high-end fashion stores and then reselling them at a discount, right?
Right.
Like it his conversation when he talks about like presenting that and in whatever ethical way is he brings up like, oh yeah, well, like most of all of this system is theft anyway. Like they're stealing from you, they're stealing from blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, an interesting perspective. And you don't have to agree with it to just watch a movie and be like, oh, these characters are characters. And it's also so absurdist and clearly like wacky and satirical that it's not like a prescription for like how to live your life. Even if you were to say that that was the case, it's not like literally that. So I don't know. The Facebook meta thing does seem a little weird, but yeah, I didn't find it to be objectionable. It was just silly and fun. So
no, I mean, I'll check it out once I can again. Yeah. Mainly because of you, Adam, because you've talked about it so much.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Yeah. Also, Sorry to Bother You is a good movie. I like that movie.
Yeah, I should check out his I'm a Virgo show. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, there's stuff in I Love Boosters that is like worthy of conversation from like a filmmaking and entertainment standpoint. Like I would like to talk about it with both of you guys. I assumed that you had watched it, Jake, and we were just waiting for Alex, but
no.
Oops.
No, not this time.
Sorry.
Sorry, everybody.
Go woke, go broke.
Damn, yeah. I'm curious what you guys are going to say to this one from GOH. With Jake being obsessed with 9/11 and Adam always bringing up the Epstein files, I was curious on what Alex's favorite national tragedy is. What would your guys' answer be if you had to guess?
Mine was an international tragedy.
Yeah, true. If you had to guess, if you had to assign one to me, what would fill that
Brexit.
gap? I see 9/11, Epstein, Brexit.
Oh, so we're guessing what your favorite national tragedy
and then
for
I'll
your
give,
nation
then I'll
is.
give it. Yeah.
I just said
Yeah.
Brexit. So.
Just give me something. Yeah, Brexit's a good one.
I think your favorite one is when Margaret Thatcher died.
That wasn't a tragedy.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
No, you told me. I thought you said that was like such a sad thing.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from. Oh, golly gosh. Well, if you bring up the Epstein files, we got our own royal family mixed up in that. It's pretty cool.
Gesture broadly.
Yeah. Man, yeah, like BBC presenters, like Jimmy Saville's a big one.
Oh,
Contemporary ones, like it's like a race riot like every week at this point over here. So,
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand, yeah. Man, we got lots of those. Yeah.
But is Russell Brand existing a national tragedy?
Yeah. The page flipping on Piers Morgan when he tries to find a Bible quote is like that's like
that was very fun.
You could pull that out
best
of like a fantastic comedy sketch. That was incredible, actually.
Yeah, that was completely absurd. Yeah.
I mean, usually national tragedies aren't funny, and I'm just saying usually.
I think it's more of a you have to laugh so you don't cry type thing, you know?
Or like you're just like you're just fixated on it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the answer would be Brexit then, really. A lot of shit goes back to that.
That's
yeah. In terms of long-lasting impacts that you're going to continue feeling for a long time, I would. It seems to be one that's impacting lives a lot.
And the dickhead who's like largely responsible for it is still politically popular.
That's for us
to this day. Yeah.
That's that's fascinating.
Yeah, I wish I could be watching from a distance, but yeah, whatever. Thanks, Elon Musk.
I mean, watching the UK fall apart, it has just been kind of like, I wouldn't say comforting to us over in the United States, but it just kind of feels like, it's not just us. We're not alone.
I don't know, like, we have our issues over here, but like the USA right now, like fucking hell. Like I see it a lot. There's a lot of weird American commentary on the UK. It's like
Yeah.
weaponized as like a talking point for Americans when it's like a lot of this shit is like not true, you know? Like the Americans are seeing about the UK, it's like actually crazy exaggerated and just fake news. Like it's genuinely horseshit. Like the stuff that a lot of people are talking about on social media.
Joe Rogan will bring up like, they'll
God,
arrest
it
you for
pisses me off
social media posts in the UK, and then the same thing will happen in the US, and he'll be silent.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, oh, we're seeing like literally 1-to-1. Like, if you're not in a bubble, you're seeing these other examples.
Yeah. Yeah, it drives me crazy because then it just deletes nuance because like the latest one is like Australia, this like social media ban, which is, you know, that's a whole other thing to go into, but you can't have like a nuanced discussion about it because it is just framed through these extreme kind of sensationalist angles, really. Yeah.
Pick 0
Again,
or
like,
pick
just go on about this.
100. There are no numbers in between.
Yeah. But always end up picking fascism.
Which is a weird thing to just hate trans people that much.
Yeah, and I mean, like all of Europe, like is just it's weirdly, we just love far right movements in Europe at the moment. Well, it's scary.
It's so in right now.
It's the trend. But yeah, cool. A nice peppy one.
Thanks.
So
Mark Zuckerberg
and Elon. Yeah.
Gotta love him.
But let's do this one from Policy Impressive 3626. What got you locking in today? A nice simple one.
What got me locking in today?
What got you locking in today? On this day, what has got you locking in?
Fucking, I don't know if I am locked in.
Really?
Today?
See, any day I do the podcast, I go lock in. You know, I go like get my ducks in a row. I don't have my morning brain, so I got to make sure I got my caffeine levels right. Because it's nearly like 10 p.m. right now.
No, so. I've been like disassociated and just like coasting through a dreamlike state for like weeks now. I don't feel like I'm making steps towards locking in.
You're locked out.
But in order to lock in, I have to build a foundation, which is taking a lot of time.
Yeah.
But it's legitimate and I am doing it, but it's very frustrating, but you have to just recognize the small incremental amounts of progress day to day and realize that there is some point in the future to have some kind of a...
That's a form of locking in. You've been locking in, like sorting out some shits and, you know.
I don't feel locked in. I'm doing things. I don't feel locked in. Yeah, I guess I've been locked in at a few points, but just not in the ways that I want to be. I'm not at my like...
You don't get to choose necessarily when you're locked in, you know?
Yeah. No, there's things that I want to be locked in on that I'm not. But I have to be locked into the other things first, which is annoying.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you can't lock in when you're always locked in, which is what I am. I'm just 24/7 locked in. I sleep, I'm locked in. I'm awake, I'm locked in. So, I mean, are there gradations to locking in? Maybe, but I'd say even if I am on a sliding scale of locked in levels, I am at the maximum level of locked in at all times.
That is kind of your vibe, to be honest. Yeah, you're a locked in individual.
There's no... I'm so locked in, I'm locked out. I mean, it's a horseshoe of locking in.
So you're like, you would say like, wake up, do it. Go to sleep, do it. Right?
I'm beyond doing it. It just is. We all are, and it is. You are locked in. It's a state of I can't. I don't know how to describe it. You'd have to be locked in. You know.
Yeah. Like Travis Scott.
I've completely forgotten about that.
I'm like Christopher Nolan looking at his little grainy CV monitor on the Odyssey, locked in. That's the locked in I'm trying to achieve,
Someone posted on the subreddit we should do more Harmony Korean films. I think it would be funny if Jake's second Harmony Korean film was Aggro Drift, with his first being Baby Invasion, and have no experience of his filmography outside of those two films, and then we never talk about one again. That would be fun.
That would be awesome.
Wait. This possibility has opened me up to an idea of the idea, because that would be hilarious, because I do love the idea, like, what is the funniest way to introduce someone to a director's filmography?
Baby Invasion might have been.
Like,
Baby Invasion is so insane.
Like, here is this director, his name is Steven Spielberg. We're going to watch The Terminal and Always for your first films. Like, how does that fuck with your experience of his cinema, Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'll get to experience that with my own child as, he starts watching movies. I can just, like, show him, like, okay, do you want to know about David Fincher? Here's The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. That sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could create the least normie human being.
Could you imagine? That's just
That's the
I
goal.
could do it. That is the goal.
We have the technology.
That's the goal now. That's what they do. Yeah.
Show your kid Aggro Drift. That would be a bad idea.
I mean, I have to watch it.
Yeah, you create some issues, I feel. some deep-rooted psychological issues.
Has Harmony Korine made an actual good movie? That's what I'd like to know, and that's what I'd like to see.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
Okay, he is my favorite director that I've never given higher than a 6 out of 10 to. But
so, short answer, no.
I feel like Spring Breakers is something that might, like, get to a 7.
I think I gave Spring Breakers a 7.
Spring Breakers is his magnum opus. I think everybody agrees at this. Well, some people would say that it's like Gummo or something, but
Is he locked in? That's what I want to know.
For that film, he was. Not for Aggro Drift.
I think his last couple films are because he's not locked in.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's literally said in interviews, like, movies are boring.
Oh, right.
I don't want to do them anymore.
He just needs to be a Twitch streamer now.
I Show Speed is the new Tarkovsky. I want to make I Show Speed.
That pissed me off, yeah.
If he could collabo with I Show Speed, oh my god. I Show Speed and Baby Invasion. I think he's too big. He's bigger than Travis Scott. He is the new Tarkovsky, though. So,
if you guys could give one streamer the task of creating a work of cinema, what streamer would you want to watch their movie?
Germa, and I would watch an entire...
Actually, that'd be really good.
Yeah, an entire Truman Show, except it's just clips from his stream replacing Truman over the entire thing.
All right, that's good. I'd go with, I think, Germa would be great. Northern Lion, I'd watch his movie because he likes cinema,
He did say Cynic Daki.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, I take it back.
I was picturing more like, instead of actually giving the reins to a Twitch streamer, like a bottle horror movie about like Asmongold's like apartment or something.
No.
That would be a good one.
I don't know if I could. I mean, I would like to see him. I'd like to give him like a camera and see like what type of movie
he's got
trying
one
to make. Like, it would be really interesting.
It would. I mean, I don't think he would do it. He would have to leave his house unless he's doing a documentary about himself.
Yeah,
he might be agoraphobic.
Yeah, maybe. Ew, yeah, that set me off, like thinking about like the bleeding gums and stuff. Like,
maybe we should just take all cameras away from Twitch streamers and leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, seeing as Jake mentioned the Odyssey, Mustard Fan 2002 said, with the ticket pre-sales for the Odyssey, it was shown that only 39 locations worldwide would present the film in its original IMAX 70mm proper aspect ratio. With this, I wanted to ask two questions. How do you feel about the availability and promotion of premium formats that have been expanding, such as Dolby Cinemas /XL for AMC, as well as the I hate that it's called this, the XD format for Cinemark, and now Disney even introducing Infinity Vision.
What?
After the loss of IMAX screens. You have not heard about this? After the loss of IMAX screens when Doomsday was delayed. My next question is, will you be seeking out a true IMAX showing of the Odyssey? I mean, I'll try and see it in IMAX, but I don't know if it'll be true.
I guess so.
I would love to, but it's just I don't have the effort or energy. I'm not locked into that.
Yeah.
I'm not locked into that. But in terms of like premium formats, I mean, it just makes sense. It is like the 1950s all over again with like CinemaScope and all these big formats to counteract TV. Now we're counteracting phone, like, yeah, you got to find ways to bring people to the theaters. And I think IMAX is the best version of that, like it's just like a cool format that a lot of filmmakers really love, and the 70 millimeter stuff, like encouraging people to go see movies like that, like Sinners and stuff, is really cool, and people being aware of that type of format. The other formats, like what 40x and all that bullshit, I think is just stupid gimmicks. But I mean, I haven't tried it, so but I mean, whatever's getting people to theaters, right? Like that's the most important thing. So I have no issue with it, and I think that's just the direction it's going to go.
Okay, I'm totally gonna watch it in 70 millimeter because it's actually fucking playing at the good theater. Nice, way to go. I'm just happy to if I get the option to watch something in a theater that's not Cineplex, I'm gonna do it. Cineplex is disgusting. I hope they go out of business. I'm an accelerationist for Canadian film theater choices.
Is that the main chain in Canada?
Yeah, no, it's basically a monopoly. And they're disgusting. They make the worst shit. They look at things that American theaters are doing and then just don't understand what makes any of it special. Like, oh, you can eat food while you're watching the movie, but it all tastes like shit. And all the staff are going to like loudly ask you things in the middle of the movie, and you don't have the same system at all. It's like they looked at the Alamo and then were like, we can do that. They looked at Dave and Buster's and were like, we're making the Rec Room. Disgusting. It's disgusting. It's boring. It looks like shit. Nobody wants to be there. I hope they get out of business. It's taking up valuable real estate property.
But hold on. But if movie theater chains go out of business, who's showing the movies?
No, I hope this chain goes out of business and then someone else will sweep in.
So are there chains that are good? Because in my experience, they're just all garbage, and that's the fun of going to the movies. It's supposed to suck, sort of.
Oh yeah, no, I would say every chain that I've been to in the United States is better than Cineplex.
Wow.
So whatever it gets replaced with, surely, just statistically, it should be better.
Do you not have like premium chains? Because we have like, they're called Everyman Cinemas. And they're like, they've got like sofas for seats, and the tickets are more expensive, and there's like a bar, and like, you get real food and shit.
No, Cineplex has one of those, and it sucks.
I hate going to the movies and eating food, ordering food, or sitting in a cozy chair. Like, you should go into a theater and sit on a hard seat,
a stool.
Should be sticky.
With it's a populist art. It's not a fucking, I don't want to sit on a sticky sofa, where people have been farting. Like, come on. I don't want to fall asleep when I watch a movie.
I've seen some pictures of like those, like, so it's some American theaters. They have like basically beds in the front row. I'm like, I kind of want to do that because I don't fall asleep during a movie unless I decide to. There's 3 movies I've ever fallen asleep in.
What are those movies?
Free Willy. I think I was like 4 years old or something. 3 maybe.
Free Willy.
The
Really
Town. The Town by Ben Affleck. I fell asleep in that because it was boring.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I fell asleep in the film Awake, ironically enough, starring Hayden Christensen and Jessica Alba.
Oh yeah.
There's no way you didn't do that on purpose. You were like, oh, it'd be funny if I fell asleep.
No, I recognized the irony of it after the fact.
Oh, okay.
I think I was too young to intentionally do something like that.
Okay.
I was like, when did that come out? Awake. 2007. I would have been like 16.
I've never fallen asleep in a theater.
15 or 16. Yeah, it was bad. was like a horror movie. It's medical drama, it says. The trailer thought it was so cool.
I don't know. Awake kind of sounds like a new A24 horror movie about how the monster
the
gets
one
you and
word.
peels your eyelids off or something.
Sure. Are you excited to just see like all of the cynical trying to be like a cool new horror film thing that studios are like going to be making soon?
I'm ready. I mean, I've been getting calls from, Bob Iger and everything. They're like, "Hey, you're a YouTuber, so you must want to make a movie, right? Come on." No, I think it is going to be kind of. I mean, of course, it's going to be cynical, and like you can't recreate something organic like the Obsession Backrooms thing. But we'll see. We'll see what they come up with. Those brilliant studio execs,
Our favorites.
our favorites.
So in tune with art and not essentially just like playing the stock market, but with movies.
The thing is, I don't want a studio executive who is familiar with art and who has good art. Like, I want a studio executive who knows how to hire the people who can make like good art. You know what I mean? Like, those are different skills. And I feel like there are lots of execs who like do have a sense of what is good filmmaking, but they then try to impose their own aesthetic interests on what they're trying to make.
Yeah, if they're like really handsy and want to control everything, yeah. But
Right.
the middle ground is somewhere between that and like David Zaslav tax writing off movies that he's like destroying. Right? There's somewhere in between.
What I don't get is why there aren't more like, that billionaire that's just like friends with Wes Anderson and just like funds all his movies just because he likes.
Oh, sorry, who?
You don't know about this guy?
Elon Musk?
Wes Anderson.
I don't know.
Doesn't he own the Criterion Collection now?
Yeah, that might be right, actually.
I've never heard of this, but it makes sense. Wes Anderson.
But it's why his recent movies have not like needed to even make money because they're just funded by a billionaire. Like I'm not sure why that doesn't happen more often.
Stephen Rails, who funds and produces all of his movies despite not making much of a profit. I mean, when you're a billionaire, what is a couple $1 million? It's nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's fucking nothing. You make that back brushing your teeth.
I guess they're more interested in like yachts and shit like that instead of funding that kind of thing.
Elon Musk is a trillionaire now.
Yeah. And we're all thrilled. Yippee.
Billionaires are poor to him.
Megan Ellison did Annapurna, the studio, and kind of funded a lot of those Paul Thomas Anderson movies too.
You know what? Here's my public appeal. Everyone listening, I would like a billionaire friend. If you are a billionaire and you want to be my friend, I would like to be your friend.
Okay.
Good Lord knows they need them.
Millionaires need not apply.
No.
Get out of here.
You're poor.
You park your car in the street. You drive your vehicle.
You don't even have a super yacht.
You don't even take helicopters or private jets.
How weird must it be to be a billionaire like Elon Musk and just be such a shell of a human and like have no real friends?
No friends.
Like no happiness, what does that mean? What does that mean to your life?
And everyone hates you.
Imagine being someone in Elon Musk's position while simultaneously being so fucking desperate for outside approval that you're never going to get in any authentic way. That you have to pay people, or that you would even decide that this is a good idea to pay people to play on video game accounts for you to then log into and pretend like you did all the progress yourself. And as if that there's other people that are familiar with the game and like that wouldn't be experts that would easily be able to tell and explain in detail why it doesn't make any sense that you're playing like that. Imagine how fucking pathetic and insecure you would have to be. It sucks. Dude's got an addiction.
The level of pathetic that Elon Musk has, it is like comic book level. Like it is so insane this trillionaire could be.
If he was in a comic book, you'd be like, this guy is so ridiculous that this is like badly written and unbelievable.
Exactly.
Like, this sucks.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
There was an article title from like, I don't know, a year ago or something, and I can't say it verbatim because I can't remember, but it was something along the lines of, I always knew that there would be an authoritarian takeover from like technocrat billionaires, but I didn't expect them to be so lame.
Yeah,
Which is
so
kind of like,
fucking cringy.
it's so funny watching them all try to pretend to be human. Mark Zuckerberg, like, I'm grilling, guys. Meat.
Yeah. I wear like a chain now. I'm a
Oh,
human
yeah.
being.
Just laundering your reputation on Joe Rogan.
Did you guys see the Social Reckoning trailer?
Yeah, I did.
Kind of. I got to react to
Kind of.
that.
Oh man,
I saw a bit of it in a theater, but
I don't think it looks great.
I think it's funny that exists.
I don't think it looks great, but also I do really like Jeremy Strong.
Same. I love Jeremy
So
Strong.
I'll watch it just for him.
But Aaron Sorkin without David Fincher, oh man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame too, because like there's so much to say there. Like
Totally.
post, what was it, 2010 Social Network? Like so much has happened with like meta bullshit since then.
Well, if anybody knows how I can become friends with Steven Rails so we can fund some cool art, maybe I got to like introduce him to Neil Breen or something. You know?
Yeah, we'll just have like a dad who had like an emerald mine. That's always handy. It's like a place to start off, you know.
If there's one filmmaker you guys could give a $500 million budget to
Charlie
make
Kaufman.
one film, you'd give him $500 million?
Yes.
Charlie Kaufman? Okay. Alex?
I would make 500 Obsessions.
That's actually good.
My runner-up answers are Neil Breen and M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night.
M. Night, I 100% agree
Yeah.
with that.
Because the more money he puts in his films, the fucking more of a trash fire it is. I think Last Airbender is getting a 4K release.
Great. It'll be flying off the shelves.
I'll get it. I've always thought they should do a box office set of all of M. Night's films that would appeal to nobody but me.
It sold one copy.
Like, you have to, no matter what your taste is, like, it's so all over the place. Yeah, coming in October. Last Airbender on 4K. Yes. I mean, it's like, it might be my favorite M. Night.
No. Right, are we done or should we do one more?
Yeah,
quick
one more.
What do you reckon? Let's do, this is a great question for a vegan too. Mr. Man Movies says, what cheese do you best associate with watching movies? Be as truthful and honest as you can. I feel like the unrelenting, never-changing taste of cheddar perfectly represents the cinematic experience.
I mean, yeah, like powdered cheddar.
Powdered cheddar, yeah.
Like fake-ass powdered cheese.
I was thinking more like symbolically, like sort of like a moldy cheese of some kind, you know? That's a lot of the
like the state of the film industry as a whole.
Yeah.
Just going to the movies.
Yeah. Like moldy and like stinky. Like, what is it? Is it camembert that like stinks out your entire fridge? If it's
but
not
that
like
would be interesting.
Or if it smelled like feet when you go into
See, blue cheese would be interesting.
Yeah, I guess there's like too much going on. There's too much like texture and flavor.
And that's like not as
depth.
Normie, commercially appealing. I think cheddar is a good answer, actually.
Cheddar can be good though. Like, you need like the American cheese slice that's like not allowed to be called cheese.
Project Hail Mary was good, right?
A mature cheddar.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had real cheese in a few years, but
what's your go-to
say,
vegan cheese brand?
I guess Daya. I think that's a vegan cheese brand.
It is.
I mean, it's just whatever is available. It's like not really. I mean, it depends. Usually it's fine if it's like melted, you know, and it's pretty cheesy and good. But some of the cheeses is just kind of like, you bend it and it like snaps. You know, it doesn't really bend.
Daya isn't the most like appetizing name for a food. Daya.
Well, I've never been a cheese person anyway, so it doesn't really. I don't really give a shit about vegan cheese or anything. So
Ooh.
it was never a big loss for me.
At that place in Vancouver called Meat, MEET. I love their like cashew based cheeses and gravies and stuff. Delicious.
Yeah, it was good though.
They were awesome. That's where we did our Thanksgiving.
I know. That was great. I love that place.
That was yummy.
I'll go back again.
Hell yeah. Well,
Cheesy last question, man.
that's
Yeah.
a wrap. We're doing a guest episode,
Yeah.
and our guest has a recommendation.
Ooh.
Our guest is Kayla Says, YouTube personality. And the recommendation is Hairspray, 2007.
Oh. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Adam Shankman. So if you want to...
I'm excited.
Sorry, what?
I like that movie. I've seen
Okay,
that several
cool.
times.
All right, nice. And it is a remake of a John Waters film of the same
Yeah, I've never seen the Waters one.
name. Have you seen the remake and not the Waters one?
I've seen neither.
Okay.
I was too scared of John Travolta.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay, well, I won't say anything about it. I have seen both of them once upon a time, a long time ago, and I'm trying to remember when. But this should be a fun conversation. And if anybody listening at home doesn't want to be spoiled for the movies, you got to watch them. I guess just the only real recommendation was the 2007 one. So it's not a requirement to watch the Waters one, but if you want to, you can.
cool.
If you don't want to be spoiled for Hairspray 2007, Adam Shankman.
Shankman.
Watch it before the next episode comes out. These episodes come out every 2 weeks. You can listen to them early by going to sardonicast.com. Sign up for premium. It's only a few bucks a month. Also, patreon.com/sardonicast. Also, click the members thing below on YouTube. You can do the same thing. You support the show. You get it early. I'm going to do a fucking sponsor ad or something soon, okay? I'm going to start talking about a product.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to hate it unless you go and get it on the other one where there's no ads. So you better thank your
So
lucky
true.
fucking stars that we haven't done that yet, really.
It would be funny if you got a sponsorship for this and you didn't tell us and just like you randomly, you just start reading an ad.
Oh, I
Yeah.
could do that right now.
Do it.
I'm negotiating the contract.
Okay, fair.
Okay. You can't just say it. It's a mystery.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Bye.
Happy Disclosure Day.
Happy Disclosure Day.
Happy Shrek 5 trailer. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.